Is this just what the resurrection feels like? From the other side, from the other side, from the other side. Out of the darker day and into the brighter night.
Alrighty. Let's see. So, welcome back to Dark Shadowdaze. I'm your host and game master, dungeon master for the evening, gentleman game master. This is our Fangs party, and today we pick up where they left off, heading to the Solinka Pass, deep in the Gakis Mountains. It has gotten cold. The winds have picked up and began to blow. The chill begins to bite to the core and to the bone. In our party right now, we have a half-elf sorcerer, Ellen, being played by Colin. Nihilus is being played by Jason, is a half-drow warlock whose patron is Malkazid, the Fallen. We then have Ida, who is being played by Shay, and is both other characters are mentioned male. Ida is female, Kalishtar cleric of light, correct? Pink hair, tall, elegant, long. I'll kind of like some of the other characters. The half drow disguises himself, does a little bit more. Do you still disguise yourself now that you're in the past, or you just look more like a
No, I look like a drow now.
Look like a drow. Drow with dark black dreaded hair. Ellen is the sorcerer, long like those half elf features, ears, and long black hair. So we do have a party full of magic users who have recently just met. Another crossover, someone who's just come into their land, is Crius. So we don't know much about Crius right now, but we know Crius is a ranger and race. Human?
He's the half-elf.
Half-elf ranger from Eberron, who ends up crashing in our last episode on a great airship. And it seems that he wants to be here purposely. Like whereas everyone else has kind of stumbled into Barovia, this has been a goal for him to be here. And so the party has just finished off a set of hellhounds who were probably like sent because of the disturbance of the airship. And now the party heads to the pass because they know that there is a great treasure to be had there. We pick up as the party, we left off with the party resting, and we'll pick up now where they are. We'll begin here. But we'll begin with a moment as we pull in, or we kind of open on a ship on somewhere on the high seas. The air is blowing, and crew members go back and forth preparing for something. And the captain rushes forward to the end of the ship and goes, "There she is! There she is!" And off in the distance on a kind of a backdrop of a sun beginning to set in the sky is another ship. And we can tell that the other ship has noticed. They both notice each other, and they're both moving into a defensive position, the other moving into attack. Prepare to board, prepare to board, prepare. And you notice that strangely, the ship that we're on has no cannons, has no way to physically assault the other ship. And then the captain steps forth, a feather in his hair, and he goes, "All right, bring out the cannon." And he turns back and he smiles. And as the camera pans over, there is a young half elf, Ellen, standing there. Ellen steps forward, preparing. He goes, "Go ahead, do it." And Ellen's hands begin to crackle with lightning. And as he puts them out towards the sky, like calling out, making some verbal mutterings, some hand signs, dark clouds begin to loom around that ship in the distance. And as he uses all of his power, one by one, lightning begins to crash over and over into the ship's areas, to the bows, hitting the sails. The sails go up in flames as men don't know what to do, as the attack ship that Ellen is on is looming closer and closer. At that moment, the men begin to swing and board, dropping planks on, and blades begin to come out. And clink, clink, and fighting goes down. Ellen is just kind of standing there, and he kind of pulling out, kind of looking in his face after his eyes kind of go from that stormy white back to his pupils, kind of come back to. He has a face expression that lets us know that we can't maybe read what he feels about what he's done. And we get the feeling that this is something that he's done time and time again. It's our first chance of maybe seeing what our hero that we've known from the days of the White Sparrow, when he first met Eldith and the others, what his life was like before. And at that moment, he kind of flutters to life, wakes up, and sits up around the camp, around everyone sitting there, and we open our scene. So you're all sitting there, and what are you guys going to be talking? Now, of course, no one else saw that. That's all just kind of in Ellen's head. Ellen is willing to, you can definitely share that, or feel free to make it a part of your conversation if you'd like, but that was literally just for you. And then we open our scene. So you guys are there at camp and deciding what to do here in the early morning. I'll turn it over to you guys, if just to kind of like let you guys chat amongst each other, or is it like straight off to the pass? Has there been any change since last time? So forth.
I would imagine we're probably straight off to the pass. What do you guys think?
Rather not stay here and invite attack and just stay in this awful weather.
And so
be on our way.
Yeah. So as you guys gather your things and begin to head off, as you travel, does anybody imagine, what about this Crius, this new half elf who's been, added? And I know you guys maybe talked to him briefly, but is there, I know that Nihilus and Ellen got to show off for him about who had the cooler cape, fancy there. Is there anything that maybe Crius says or maybe talk to Ida about maybe being from the same lands? Just one.
I think he would have spoken to Ida and asked, seeing that Ida is or must be a Kalishtar, probably would have started to question him about what voices he hears.
Yes, I haven't really heard many voices lately. They've been quite quiet since I've come here. Unsure why, but apparently patrons have a hard time communicating here.
And does this, what was his name again? Strahd. Does he get into your head quite often?
No, he doesn't really get into my head. He more or less just sort of shows up out of nowhere. Unannounced, really. Honestly, it's quite annoying. But if anything, no, Strahd does not communicate telepathically. He more or less just orders you around. Rather than just slyly communicates with you. He wants something done, he'll tell you. Other than that, he's not really a person that you find. He finds you. That's what we have learned.
Then perhaps I should tell you that Strahd let me know that he does capes to the back.
Really interesting.
And as you are traveling within the first 2 hours of the day, the winding pass turns around and kind of continues to whip back and forth, and sometimes it whips on a corner that is literally a sheer drop off. And on this sheer drop off, the ledge, thankfully, is wide enough. The ledge itself is about 20 feet wide, and you can tell that some rocks, not a full-blown avalanche, but maybe some rocks have tumbled into the way there and broken up, not blocking the path. The wind is starting to pick up. It is starting to get harder to see. But there in the shadows, you see a figure looming, kind of breathing, a humanoid, large, and you see the large shape of what appears to be an axe. And at the humanoid's near his feet, you see what looks like crumpled, scattered bodies of wolves. And as you all begin to peer through the haze, through the cold, kind of hunkering down, trying to see a little bit further, as the snow begins to clear, Troy, what do we see?
Well, I uploaded it, so it's easier because it's really hard for me to describe. Y'all see that.
Oh, it's welcoming.
Yeah.
Very.
Right?
Towering stature, you had to guess, close to about 8 feet. Maybe shy, maybe a little over tall. Built like a brick house, just muscles upon muscles. Looks like he could lift a boulder with one hand. And he has a death grip on his weapon. He's standing in the bodies themselves of these wolves.
What do you guys say? Seeing this huge, like I said, 8-foot behemoth of a humanoid. The skin is like, is it grayish skin?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I
You
turn
tried
around
the
to
markings on it.
my newly coated friends with their beautiful coats, because apparently I must have, since we took a rest, I must have made Ellen's coat for him.
Oh,
That
yeah.
nat 20 I roll. And I'm like, do we talk or do we kill it?
Ida looks over at, sees like a friend of yours.
Chris, do you know?
He may be familiar.
I,
Maybe.
You amongst the wolves.
Also, everyone, it's been 2 hours. So I need anyone who's wearing one of the wolf pelt coats, you get an advantage on this, but I need 2 checks, one per hour. So I need 2 constitution
Con saves. Yeah.
con saves, please. And I need 1 con save for this new figure as well.
Yeah, so
So
my party, we stole 2 from the bodies and I made 1 for Ellen, so my party
Okay.
should be.
Your guys should be
Chris, we haven't made 1 for you yet.
just so you know, Malcolm, I'm mountain born,
Okay.
so I don't suffer the penalties of being in high altitudes or cold climates.
Okay. Then you don't
Holy
have to
heck.
take it.
I rolled 2 nat 20s like on each. Like I rolled a nat 20 on each. I rolled a 2017,
Nice.
2016.
Nice.
I wasted all my good rolls on darn con saves.
Apparently. Yeah.
So you see, the figure seems to be unfazed by the chill and the cold. in the air.
So I got a 15 and a 13.
Okay, you guys are all good.
I have a 24 and a 20.
You're good, Ida. How are you? You're good, Ida. What'd you
Yeah,
get?
15 and 21.
Okay, you're good. Okay. All right. So everyone's kind of, it's cold, but not to the point of you can't take it. You kind of settled into this. This is how it's going to be. It is it has seemed to get colder with each hour there. And I'll even tell you this though, Garrick. While you do are kind of unfazed by it right now, you do have there's something unnaturally cold about the way it feels up here. And the higher you move in the direction they're traveling, that seems the worse it gets. So yes, of course, right now you are unfazed. You've just finished dispatching of these wolves, and now there's another group that seems to be looming in the distance. They seem to be humanoids, and they've kind of dropped back for a second or waiting to see what you do.
Now Nihilus' hand is fully glowing.
Yeah.
This is not the nicest way
Got
to
you.
see what he does.
Ida puts up her hand. Hold on, I think I can back me up if this goes wrong.
No, time out, Ida. If you speak to him in his mind, I will shoot it at you instead. Speak out loud.
Ada, I don't think that's a good idea. Perhaps we should just speak with him.
Farouk is going to stand there. And look over his shoulder with one eye, noticing them. Turns his whole body around, gets in like this crouching stance. Just goes, "You pray."
All right, it dies.
Ida, hearing this, yeah, okay, she's gonna immediately launch a sacred flame at this thing.
All right, rolling. We're rolling initiative. Is that what we're? So, are we gonna have a mini fight with this guy?
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
it sounds like he out here talking about new prey.
As far as we know, he wants to kill us.
Okay.
All right, I got a 14.
I also have a 14.
Nice.
What's your initiative? Because it's probably higher than mine.
It's
30.
plus 2.
Yeah, you go before me.
19.
Yeah, I got a dirty 20.
Okay. I'm also gonna do something. Let me send you, Troy, the campaign so I can add.
Oh, I didn't know if you guys were on your thing or if you had a roll 20 set up.
We roll. I prefer to roll physical dice, but Shay rolls in roll 20. It's up to you.
Well, no, because I played in Malcolm's campaign before, but we didn't use a roll 20. He just did a bunch of dope ass.
Oh yeah. So we're still doing So we're using. I use Roll20 to show maps, but I don't play in Roll20. So as you can see here, you can see there's still a tabletop, but we also still have a Roll20. The link is in the. Oh, I don't know if it probably doesn't show you the link because you joined after. Do you see a link, Troy, for in the chat?
I do not, sir.
Okay, let me recopy it for you.
I don't know if you noticed, Mal, but our boy Ellen cast Mage Armor
Yep.
before the fight started a couple minutes ago.
And yeah, Garuk, you would have noticed the elf kind of towards the back, subtly casting a spell. You didn't really see, probably don't know what it does.
All right, so try that. That should get you into Roll20. And then I'm going to send you an invite in the chat again for the... I'm actually going to send this also... use the same one for you, Crius. I'd like you to add your character as well. So give me 1 second to add the link.
D&D Beyond, huh?
Yep, I do everything. There you go. So go ahead and use that for D&D. The first one was for Roll20. That second one is for D&D Beyond. I will have you guys... And that'll help me add you guys to encounters and such.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's where I was rolling too, so.
Did I just do the same damn link? Hey Malcolm, where'd you put the link in the D&D on? Because I didn't get it in Zoom or Roll20.
Really?
Zoom chat.
Yeah,
it's Zoom chat.
It's in Zoom.
Zoom chat?
Okay, it's further down. My bad.
No worries.
That's on me. scroll down my plethora of characters.
Can't be too bad, right? I think Dallas is
All
sitting
needed
at
a
1
tank.
of 37 right now.
And so let's treat this to make it interesting. I mean, not to kind of metagame a little bit, but we the players all know that that Troy's goal is to join the party. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I rolled
clear.
high. My goal was to make a
So-
persuasion check, but if he wants to be an idiot, he can die here. That's up to
So
him.
what I would say is you can like kind of treat this as make it interesting. Maybe this is a chance to show some of his abilities. You guys just show him what you guys can do, and during your actions, not in addition to taking actions and doing things, maybe add some cool dialogue. You know, like a chance to see who these folks are. Still, I don't see you guys joined yet. I'm refreshing. There we go. You guys
Yeah,
are
just
there.
joined.
Perfect. And I'll ask for initiative in 1 second. So if you did roll, just hold on to it.
Not re-rolling that.
Not a reroll.
This die is so hot right now. I don't know what to do with it.
Just wait till triple nat ones.
It rolled 20, 20, 18 so far.
Damn.
Yo, you got loaded dice over there, Jason?
Yeah. I have a die that loves to roll high on everything except for sometimes initiatives and never on saving throws.
All right, Ellen, what do you got?
14.
Coffee out? Oh, I had it closed. 14. Nihilus?
20.
Ida.
14 as well, but I go second.
Yeah. Roll 20 will automatically. I mean, D&D Beyond will automatically do it. It already knows who has the higher dexterity. Garrick.
22, natural 20.
All right.
Look at this guy.
Crius.
Let me roll it again.
I mean, but I get my
13.
375 XP for killing them, right?
13.
13.
Man, hard nosing me for experience, right? This is how you get that. This is how you get enough XP to go to level 7. Just down Garrick, and then after you down him, resurrect him, level up. I see what you guys are. You guys probably planned this whole thing.
We got
We're
revivified
gonna
already.
hit you. We're
Guys,
gonna knock you down.
We
You're gonna
never
be
met up
down.
in another. Yeah, all right, we never did.
We are going to defuse a hostile situation per 5e rules. That counts the same as if we killed him. I want my XP, sir.
I see what you guys are doing here. God damn it.
See, this is another reason why we have a code of conduct.
Yeah.
No collusion against the DMs.
Oh my gosh. All right. So there, he kind of, like I said, kind of growls at you all, letting you know to all prepare. Ellen is casting mage armor. Garrick, or even though we don't know this, but this, we'll call it this savage or this barbarian, whoever it is, like this berserker. What do you do?
Paint me a picture. What's our distance?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I should probably like change all of this. So what we'll do is just kind of move this over to the side. We'll put you guys here. And the castle's not is much further in the distance. You don't see it. It sounds like Ellen was towards the back casting the mage armor. I imagine that the ranger's slowly up front is with Nihilus, and we'll say he's like right. You know, we're talking 20 feet.
Wait, so the fully armored cleric is in the back, but the warlock
No,
is
the
in the
cleric
front?
is no. Warlock's,
Yes.
Warlock's in the back. Well, you can be in the back too. I can just put you
Yeah,
both up front.
Yeah, if anything, it should be the two people in armor up
You're
front.
just gonna
and the two
freaking-
people out it.
It's not, you're just gonna fly on the first turn, like in 2 seconds. So you know.
Just do a line for me. That way I can pick and choose.
All right. So yes, it is the berserker's turn.
He is standing there hunched over with his giant weapon. Takes a deep inhale. Punches on. And he's going to go into a rage. And he is going to move 20 feet forward. Face to face with everybody.
Well, I mean, that gets him right in close range with.
I mean, I still got 20 more feet if I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not really not much. It's probably like a 15-foot move to get to where you are. unless you wanted to go, you could get anywhere. You get like in here, over here. Now remember, the one thing is this side of the cliff. This is all all you guys are working with. This here is a sheer mountain going upward. Everything off of this is a drop off where you tumble down hundreds of feet to your doom.
Sounds fun.
So you're saying if I push the cleric right now?
Yeah.
As he's charging, he's frantically looking at each and every single one of them. Just by chance, are any of your characters females?
Yeah.
The cleric is.
No.
God, I am so damn sorry.
Oh God. No.
Is there a female specific move? Like what is it?
No, it's just
Oh,
my
he's-
characters.
Oh, he just
Yeah. I sent you a little email of like a little bit of them.
got it.
I get it. He goes for the weaker one.
So looks over, and then stares at this fully plated one, kind of cocks his head and lunges at him fiercely. And he's going to attack. See here. Okay. 22.
Oh Christ! How much damage?
That hits.
I mean, I'm not like completely ridiculously OP. $11 slashing.
I'll take that.
I don't think you have a
Second
choice.
Second attack.
Oh God.
Oh no.
19 to hit.
Oh Christ! How much?
Oh, this is hacking away. He just trying to block.
That one's 15.
Oh God!
So
This is hell. No.
So this huge axe comes in, and either you bring up that shield and bing, and you batter something. Even though he hit you, I'm gonna imagine like that it hasn't you're not bleeding, but this thing is like it slams into your shield so hard that first blow, it almost it leaves an indentation. It throws you off. You stagger a bit backwards into Ellen and kind of push away. Get your guard. You're able to grab your mace and prepare for another blow. When that second one, it would crush your skull. You're you have to lift the shield, and when it hits your shield, like the force of it running through the shield, it strains all the muscles in her arm, and she staggers away. If he was to strike again, she'd probably be completely open. Is the figure done, or do we move to someone else?
At the end of his last strike, he looks at his female and just the primal rage in his eyes. He just looks at her and goes, "Die, witch!"
Oh God.
It's not creepy at all. So then,
A very creepy character.
as she staggers, wind begins to whistle. It's almost hard to see. It's getting worse. The weather out here. We whip around, and it's Nihilus. It is your turn. Oh, you're muted.
I swear this dice isn't loaded, but I pre-rolled just to make it go faster.
No,
So he shoots his first Eldritch Blast at this guy's face to try to back him up, and it's a nat 20.
wow.
What's that look? For me.
I'm sorry, guys. Not too bad. It's just a 5+. Why haven't I played this guy in so long that I don't remember what he does? It's 10
Are
damage.
you guys able to hear sound?
We
Yeah.
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. Okay.
Yeah. And then he will hold his second bolt and say, "We will take you down."
So how
Lay
much
down your axe.
damage? How much damage do you roll?
Just 10 damage.
10 damage. So this character.
Oh, I'm sorry. 15 damage.
15. So as he slams and throwing Edith out, he looks like he's about to. He hears that die witch. He's about to follow up, and he sees that purplish light coming through the fog, and he blocks it. Boom! But it throws him back. You watch his feet, kind of slide in the snow. But you can feel all of that energy, that necrotic energy, roll through your axe and down your body. And then you hear the warning. Is there any response? If Nihilus is done, then the next person we move to would be Ida.
I
Is
am.
there a response?
Yeah, is it just no? Is a
Many
response
have
from?
tried, none have succeeded.
And then Ida, it's on you.
Alright, Ida just tells
Hold
him,
on, I'm sorry, Garrick. Does a 16 hit?
No.
He fires
Okay.
that second one.
I fired the second one, and Garrick ducks out the way apparently.
Yep.
so, okay, Ida responds to his thing of Die Witch, and she responds with, I will have you know, creature, I am no witch. I am a woman of science, you brute. And she asked, yeah, okay. She's gonna, since this guy's right on top of her, she's gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh shoot, that's no joke. Okay, Spirit Guardians comes out, so he needs to make a test now, correct?
He needs
Or on his turn. But I always forget Spirit Guardians. Are they affected when you cast it?
I believe it's the first time they enter on their
first time
turn.
they enter, and it's pretty much 15 feet.
time.
Right.
Essentially, the moment of
And is it cube or is it radius?
I think it's radius.
I think it's radius. Yep.
me, so
So these are just going to count as the Spirit Guardians as they get summoned around you. And you might have described them before, but what do your Spirit Guardians look like, Ida?
I'm good. So they definitely appear much more angelic.
Are you though? I'm just playing.
Damn, when the DM goes, hey.
So they kind of appear a lot more.
She's always like, I'm really looking for some necrotic energy and to return people back from the dead forever. And I'm working with this evil bastard named Strahd, but I'm good.
He's a good alliance. He's chaotic good.
I'm just messing with you. Okay, so
It appears these angelic figures sort of surround her. Yeah, she's like, I would die, brute. And
Right.
a wisdom save.
wisdom save for Garrett.
On Garrick's turn.
Okay.
On Garrett's turn. So yeah, so then moving to at Spirit Guardian. Is there anything you're doing? So that's a spell, so then you wouldn't be able to do your any bonus action spells. So you good? Are you done? Oh, we lost your voice. Oh,
Oh, she's
She's talking. She's talking. He's talking though.
I hear you. Okay, I hear you now.
Let me see here.
You don't have any bonus action cantrips, bro. Your
No.
action economy's
No.
messed up.
Only like he. Okay,
so hard being a cleric, man.
there's a boat. Oh damn it! I don't. Damn it.
Yeah. So,
That's healing word is a bonus action. I realized.
yep.
Spell, yeah.
So then we move to Ellen.
Right. Ellen, seeing this charging monstrosity, will back up. And we're like, well, you're a big boy, but let's see if this works. And he will reach out, kind of pull up, and swirling winds will surround Garuk as I cast Levitate.
Nice. So you're levitating the entire group?
No, just him.
Oh, just him. Got it.
Yeah.
That's a con save, I believe.
On
Yeah.
save.
Please make a con save.
Fail.
18.
You make it.
So you see him beginning to lift up, like,
Barbarian.
and then just the weight. It's almost like you like. If strangely enough, it's almost like he's too heavy for the magic, or maybe you need a little more. Maybe the cold is making you weak, and you just drop him, and he just slams back down in the snow.
I will bonus action because I'm a storm sorcerer. I get to do special stuff. I will control the direction of the wind, so it will be blowing in his face,
Nice.
hopefully getting ice in his eyes.
Give me a.
And that's all I got.
Got it. So Isis, I know you don't get affected by the mountain, so this wouldn't even be affecting you in that way. But can you just give me a perception? Perception check, Garrett.
Got my saves. I gotta go with my skills now. 16.
16. I think that beats your spell casting.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because what I was going to do is give him disadvantage on his next strike because of the wind and the snow in his face, kind of distracting him. It didn't work. So as Ellen does that, Crius, you leap into action, into the fray.
So Crius just runs right at him, and he's gonna grapple him. Just gonna basically like just straight up
Grab
try
him.
and tackle him.
That's a strength check against the 2. This is going to be crazy because of how big this guy is. So I'd love to see this. So strength test against both characters.
I have advantage since I'm raging.
17.
Okay. $16.
Did you?
He got me.
So as you rush in, you're kind of rushing in, and he's so big that you're like grabbing like the Big Show around his waist, right?
And he's just yelling at Nihilus or whoever. He's just like, hit him now.
And so as you grab him, he doesn't budge. He grabs your torso and lifts you up. Your legs are upside down. But just at that moment, like the wind from, Ellen shifts him just a little bit. So with he staggers, trying to hold back, he looks back towards Ellen. Your feet come down. And when your feet plant, it's almost like you get enough leverage. And how do you toss him? Is it like a backward suplex? Like what do you do?
It's literally like almost Jake the Snake Robert DDT like and backwards.
So literally, you all are in shock as this small half elf, this lean, just gets this moment, almost like getting this leverage on the ground, and this wham as he slams this big guy down. Now, because of it, you end up toppling over too. So you both go prone and are like rolling around in the snow. As that happens, we're Garrick. We're back at the top.
What save do I need to make on Shays again?
Oh yes.
So wisdom.
Okay. That's not going to go poorly at all. Hey, I rolled pretty high. 18.
Damn it. You take half. Let's see here. You take Spirit Guardians will succeed. I think that is fail save. No, you succeeded half. So 3d8. So here, let me first off roll it.
It's already rolled. It's right there. You rolled it again. It was 10 the first time.
Okay, so yeah, you take 5 radiant.
As you're rolling around there on the ground, is there anything you say to him, or
Had to start this. Why the hell didn't you just calm down?
And then Nihilus, you hear Malchus, it says, he seems to be strong. Maybe useful? You decide.
All right, Brute. Looks like my patron likes you. If you calm down now, I won't throw you off the edge of this cliff. Make your choice.
It is the Brute's turn.
He's going to get up. I got DDT'd. Look around me. And you said that your Spirit Guardians is very angelic.
Yeah.
He's going to notice that it is angelic and good, not necrotic in any form. And in his hunched over state, he just looks around. You are not my prey. And turn away from the party and continue forward past the wolves.
Give me a charisma save, Garrick.
Oh, yeah, cool. The one stat that I'm totally good at. That's a whopping 11, sir.
Oh, wow. So as he starts to, you are not my prey, turns, and just begins kind of walking away from you all. And at that, he gets, I don't know if you guys are kind of like huffing, and one of you maybe is helping Crius up. And he gets maybe 30 feet away, about to disappear into the haze of the white, and he just kind of stops. And he kind of turning like he's looking back to you all. And then he kind of turns, he looks like he's looking up for a second. He's like, yeah. And then as quickly as
Y'all did it.
he's having this moment where he's not there, it's almost like you kind of black out for a second, Garrett. But every you all, he's just acting quite strange, as though he's looking up towards the top of the peak of the mountain, and it's almost like he can hear, as though he's having a conversation with someone. And as you all peer up, somewhere way in the distance, on the top of like one of the craggy like peaks as the wind billows, you can see the silhouette of Strahd, and you see you can't hear his clap, but you see his hands clapping, and only Garrick, only you hear him, and he goes, "That was fun. Good show of strength. You are very entertaining." And then his cloak goes up and kind of like Batman style walks away to nowhere, like beyond the sight up there. And he just momentarily, you feel that magic, that dark kind of comfortable magic roll off of you, Garrick, and you were just momentarily charmed. And the last thing he kind of says is this: "You are strong, but this prey you seek, you cannot destroy it alone." And then it's gone. He has no control over you. Just kind of stops you in your tracks for a second. And you all notice it, and you all kind of know the shenanigans by now. So I turn it back over to the party.
It just sort of responsive. See, that's what I was talking about. Oh, she shows up out of nowhere and just vanishes.
And so Crius is like wiping like the snow. He's just like, the hell was that? He plays games like this with you, and you allow it?
Yes. Yes, you'll learn very, very quickly you need someone like him in order to really survive in this place.
And he just calls over. He's like, "You, big gray one. Want words with you?"
No response to that statement, but he just sits there, mutters under his breath. Is only as good as the pack. Turns around, just beelines it straight to you.
So it's like Rocky and Drago now, just like looking up at each other.
I must break you.
Nyla's backs up to where Colin is.
Yeah, Ina kind of clutch at her side, just sort of gets back and like, oh, God. Ugh. Spirit.
Crius just kind of looks at Garrick, and he's just like, "What did he say? I know he spoke to you. What did he say?"
That you all would help me find my prey.
Oh, gee, you just realized we weren't your prey?
Yes, my prey doesn't use such lighting.
What prey do you seek?
Witch.
A swamp witch?
A witch that practices in the dark arts who have cursed me.
Definitely not the one I'm thinking of.
Where are you from?
Cannot remember. All I know is the hunt.
How about to hone your skills for the big battle, you come with us? I imagine that's what Strahd told you. Something along those lines. See, you help us, we help you. It's that simple. You help us with our quest, and we help you find whoever the hell you're wanting. Win-win for everyone. And no one has to die or get stabbed or get killed. What do you say?
And perhaps this one can help you remember. You see, we are both from a land called Eberron. She, if you allow her to, could possibly get into your mind and unlock whatever you have been blocked from.
Are you guys at this point walking all down the path? Or are we still kind of like traveling, or are we just kind of they're standing there on the edge, like having this conversation with each other.
Imagine we're just kind of standing where we were
Okay.
having a conversation.
Okay.
Farouk is going to take a knee and stare at Cleric. A little taller than her kneeing.
Ida takes us at a sign. Well, I've never done this before, but there's a first for everything. And she mind links. She's like, I'm going to mind link with you now. Do not freak out when you hear my voice in your head. It is not magic, it is not sorcery, it is just what I do. Alright, and she's going to mind link. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alrighty then, let's get started here. So how exactly is this going to work for me? What exactly am I searching for? Ida, this is a first for me and Ida. So how's this going to work?
What are you? So you're trying to get something? Are you trying to help?
I'm basically
Eric unlock something in his mind.
So I think Crius would probably tell Ida what to look for, give him certain questions to answer, try and jog any barriers that may have been set up.
While you're doing this, can you give me any information that might be worth sharing, or you can share whatever you want? But I don't know if you want. I don't know if there's something that you questions, because I've just met your character today, haven't had enough time with him, so I don't know if there are questions or things that you want me to answer that you don't know about that I could kind of create if I can. If not, otherwise I'll allow you to kind of role play her link, maybe allowing you to share some of your path, or maybe you don't. Maybe some of it comes back. I guess what I'm trying to say is whether you want this to be kind of DM guided or player guided.
Did you read my email I sent you?
I think I got like part of it, so I have it here.
It gives you a brief what
it.
this character is about, so you can have the book on this one.
Okay. And okay, and those walkers, we don't. It sounds like you don't know who that is, or okay, got it. Okay, I got it. So yeah, I'll just kind of go off of. It might be more off of Crius and Ida guidance. What are you asking, or what are you trying? What are you looking for, Crius? What are you telling Ida to look for or ask her?
So, Ida, begin with what he last remembers.
Alright.
I can tell you what I remembered when I came from the airship when we went through the portal, but it's not an easy passage.
Alright then, I never did get your name, Brute. What is it? What exactly is your name? I never did got it before you charged at me. So tell, what is your name?
Farouk, Wild Speaker.
Well, hello there, Dude Wild Speaker. My name is Ida Kusulo. It is a pleasure to formally meet you. Now then, what is the last thing you can remember before getting jumped by those wolves? How exactly did you end up here?
All you're getting from this right now is visions of POV through his eyes, slaughtering countless people, animals, anything that got in his way.
Oh my, you are...
Blacks out, different area, completely different scenery, different season, more of the same, blackout again, rinse and repeat.
And the light that is connected to Ida, because I don't even think Ida completely understands the Kaleshtar's connection, right, to the light that you serve, whatever it is. But you start to get almost like, it's not like how Malchazit directly talks in an audible voice to Nihilus, but it's more about almost like it's your voice, it's your spirit, but you hear yourself almost answering and saying, this man is cursed. And cursed with much darkness. And the darkness is a stain on his very soul. And all you can understand is that he seeks redemption, seeks to take it off. and that it takes someone dark and powerful to do it. And then you get the vision of what appears to be, it's not Strahd, but somewhere in the dark. It's almost like a dark, someone who practiced dark arts to the point of never dying, a necromancer. And then everything is dark. You're flooded by darkness, and you're kind of forced out of his mind at that point.
Oh, you just kind of see a grim look on Ada's face. Oh.
Like you're visibly, I imagine like it's so powerful, you snap out of it and stagger back, like shook, like as it.
Jesus Christ.
What did you see?
I don't even know where to begin. This man is just. Dear God. Ada is finding the words very hard to describe. The best way I could describe it is truly the epitome of rage.
And you just see a big smile on Crius' face, and he kind of like wipes the last bit of ice from his face, and he's like, "That's X."
Man has slaughtered tens of thousands of millions of creatures. Yes, creatures. And this man has been tainted by darkness far, far, far too much, to the point at which you can pretty much call it a part of his soul. It takes someone much, much darker, one who's lived the dark arts, to truly remove it. What this man is after isn't kill. He's not here for revenge. He's here for redemption. He wants this curse gone from him. It seems like the curse is essentially makes him go into a primal rage to murder everyone, then he blacks out and ends up in a new location. This man does not need Strahd. He needs someone much, 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 much more darker. A necromancer, a very, very high necromancer. Certainly none that I'm familiar with. But maybe Strahd can lead him in the right direction. I doubt that vampire has the power to truly remove that curse. Whoever inflicted this thing on him must have been very, very powerful. And I do not wish to cross paths with them.
So Crius is gonna walk over to where Garrick is taking the knee, and he's gonna put out his hand, and he's just gonna be like, "Welcome."
In golf shirts. Like he is part giant, so
It's like up to
grabs
Crius'
it.
like armpit.
he like grabs your arm and stands up on his own. And kind of just slowly starts to like pick you up a little bit. Shake.
I hope that's a thank you.
Why should I be thanking you? She did not cure me or make me remember.
No, not sadly, but however, I may have not helped you, but you have most certainly helped better understand you.
He lets go of Christ's arm, grabs his giant axe, and slams into the ground with a primal rage. Of like it's about to go down again. He is so pissed off that this did not work.
He's like, shit. Someone
Now,
out now.
just because it didn't work this time, you have to understand, we are in a different place. Wherever you came from, eventually you will find out. I'm not even sure these other three got here the same way that I did. I've been looking for this place.
Certainly did not.
I think they were either stumbling into this place, or perhaps they were brought here by Strahd. But I've been looking for a place like
Say that one, this last part of that, Crius?
I've been looking for a place like this.
DM, just out of curiosity,
Mhm.
if I'm overhearing this conversation,
Yes.
the curse that Garuk has, is it the kind of thing that perhaps the Raven Queen could help with?
It's possible. I would almost say anything's possible. I don't want to give you like completely vague, but I guess based on, can you give me? I guess what you're asking, if you're asking if you think that pointing him in the direction of the Raven Queen would be a possible, oh, in terms of, because in terms of killing the witch, the Raven, maybe she's the.
No, I'm thinking I'm not going to point him towards the Raven Queen.
Okay.
But I'm wondering whether he was trying to seek her out.
Give me a insight check.
Okay. $15.
15. So as you think it, you're like, guess it could be, but cross your mind and you're like, no, that's not what he said. He said something about him. I mean, I guess the Raven Queen could be a witch. That's all you're just pondering it. You're pondering it.
Okay.
You don't have any confirmations. Maybe asking him could be the only other thing.
It doesn't sound like he has any direction.
It doesn't sound like he has.
Yeah.
He's just kind of wandering and killing whatever he sees.
So could Crius roll an insight also to see if maybe if he happens to be from the same world as Ada and I? Maybe it's somebody from there.
Okay. I think at this point there'd be no need for any more checks to find out where. I mean, in terms of finding out what world he's from, I don't think he knows. I don't think you guys are going to get it without some further investigation of just the world itself.
Can I roll something to see if Ida recognizes him?
Suddenly there is a screech very loud somewhere in this very off. You can hear it like in the distance, and like you don't hear anything. And you look up, but it's so heavy; it's hard to see anywhere beyond the wind and the bristling of snow. You don't know what direction that even came from. It seems like it's bounced. The sounds are bouncing off the mountain.
Eric, if you want something to hit, if that bird comes, it's large enough that you'll have fun.
And I don't suppose I can take a shot in the dark and roll a perception check just sort of see if I can somehow pin down the general location of the bird.
Sure. Give me one. It's going to be a disadvantage.
I was going to ask if Sure could do a survival.
You guys could choose one, and just one, instead of doing a bunch of checks for everybody, one of you can do it. You guys can choose between it. So either do survival or perception.
Give it, unless anyone's got a higher perception of survival.
I got a 5 on survival.
No, I have a +6.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
And I'll add you to help, so your help will just add a +2 to his whatever he rolls.
Should I make it normal then?
No, you get a normal perception check with your bonus, and then add 2 to that. You
just rolled a 9 and a 14 with 12.
Oh, I guess
it's not gonna work.
Yeah, so
+2.
and it's a disadvantage, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, so 9. Okay, so.
Okay, so you're all looking around. Garrick starts to kind of like look at the air, feel the mountains, but it is just you. I'd say. It happened so quickly and it's gone so quickly, you don't have time to really register what direction or where it's at.
I suggest we get moving now before that bird finds us.
It's a good idea. Let's go.
Okay. And so the party continues on
How
down.
fast do you guys travel?
Ida's got walking speed of 30.
Well, I mean, do you guys like travel at slow speed, normal speed, or fast?
We're generally normal.
Normal.
Yeah. Well, we have 5. You said 5 hours to go.
Looks like from where you're at now, maybe another 3. And I'm going to keep it at normal speed, even though I imagine it might start getting, if the snow picks up, it might start forcing you to travel slowly. But 1, 2, yeah. I'm going to speed up. I'm going to say you got 3
The reason I ask is because I have aspect of the elk, which whether mounted or on foot, your travel pace is doubled as it travel pace of up to 10 companions while they're within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
So whatever pace we're traveling at, it's doubled.
It's doubled. Wow. So then as that will get you there. I mean, then we'll just cut it in half the time.
So many
1,
people.
2, 3, let's say if I did 4, so 2 hours, like you guys would get there in another 2 hours. Cut the 4 hours down to 2. And as you guys are traveling, how do you interpret that into what we see on our mind's eye, Garrick? What is that? What does your kind of travel kind of look like with the group?
Kind of like a brisk jog,
Okay.
and they see me start taking the lead, and most likely I'd figure at least a few of them would want to keep up.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, they get like this sudden burst of energy, and
Yeah.
they actually start keeping up with me, and they're even shocked about it.
Nice.
Nice,
Like,
is like
they feel like-
trailing you.
They feel like they can just keep running forever.
And for what it's worth, again, with the Storm Sorcerer thing, I have the ability to stop rain from falling in a 20-foot radius around me. I don't know how it works with snow.
Okay. I'll
but
treat it.
I'll-
I'll use it for the same thing as snow.
Yeah, and I'll try to make our progress. I'll try to like help us keep our footing by also keeping the wind. I can't change the speed of the wind, but I can make sure that it's all traveling in the same direction, so we don't lose our balance on precarious cliffs and stuff like that.
Nice. So
Does
as
that
you
make
guys
sense?
begin to kind of pick up again, run, because of the way you guys are doing this in the survival, I'm going to negate for these 2 hours any checks on weather. I know that Garrick wouldn't take them, but for the rest of the party, I'm going to negate those checks as you guys travel through this mountain terrain, almost like we watch it like a montage. It is probably, if you probably start traveling around 6 in the morning, 7, 8. It's like 10 in the morning when you come around the pass, and what you see before you is the shelf of rock on the mountain ahead of you clings to and clings and grows narrow. To your left, the icy cliffs rise sharply towards the dark rolling clouds above. To your left, the ground falls away into a sea of fog. Ahead, through the wind and the snow, even though you're kind of protected by the bubble that Ellen has created, I would say ahead through that wind, you see high walls of black stone that are lined with spikes at the top and topped by these demonic, vulture-ish like statues. One of them looking more like a gargoyle with large wings, and the other looking like a lanky, kind of like crouched knight, who too looks like it had wings but are torn off, look like they are broken. Set in the center of the wall in front of you is a closed iron portcullis, behind which burns a green fire. So the portcullis is right ahead of you, and then right behind that portcullis is a burning green flame, and the portcullis is down, so we'll treat it almost like that. For now, it's down, and that curtain of flame is like literally just magically billowing right there in that doorway. On the other side of the dark wall, gripping the mountain's edge, is a guard tower, and on it, white stones topped with golden statues of mighty warriors that you can see. Now, if you are on roll 20, I'll let you guys see this a little bit clearer as well.
At some point, I think Garrick would ask, "What's our destination?"
Yeah.
He's just running. Like, where do I go?
Clearly, this path blocks the way, right? So down here, there's nowhere to go here. This right here is a mountain. This is all a mountain wall. You guys are on that little thin path there. There's a way to the portcullis. I mean, there's climbing over it, there's going over the top, or there's going back. There's literally almost no way around it, either going forward or you hightail it back in that way. If you look here on roll 20, you'll notice this is where you guys are at, right? This is the tower, these two towers where the statues are here and here. You've got the green flame behind the portcullis, which is in front of you here. And then this is a huge drop off that goes off into the mist. Just literally, you do not even see the ground. That's all mist. Here is the tower, and if you look right behind it, if you see where I'm pointing on the actual tabletop, that's where this tower looms right behind the portcullis, and that has the golden knights on it. You really can't see anything beyond that, but the rest of the map is once you were able to get past this area. I will then kind of turn into this. What do you all do?
So can Crius cast
And then let me,
primeval
Chris, I'm
awareness?
gonna stop you really quick. I also want to ask because I know sometimes with sound, when it comes to stuff like wind, I know I have the wind going. Sometimes for some people, it will sound like just static. Does it sound okay? Okay, I was waiting. Otherwise, I didn't want to. Okay, so Chris, take it away.
He's gonna cast primeval awareness.
Okay, can you tell me what it does and what it would reveal to you?
It would tell us if there's any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within a mile.
All right.
Malchus had popped.
Say that one more time in the list. Run down that list. I heard fiend, elemental,
Dragons, undead, aberrations, and celestials.
I have bad experiences with this trait.
So Crius kind of like puts his his left forearm up against Garrick's elbow, kind of like, give me a second.
Did you say undead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is it literally left up to the DM to decide where you sense it, or does it pretty much he senses directly like where it's at?
In the location, but it won't tell me exactly where or how many.
Got it.
What kind?
I'm gonna reveal that. So you do sense there is a fiendish presence close by. Definitely fiend. And then
Do you sense a little celestial in that fiend?
in the general area, I don't think so. Beyond the gates, you do sense in the general area you sense the presence of undead.
And Crius just kind of like, there's fiends and
Give me an insight
Undead?
check, Chris.
Alice isn't making eye contact.
Oh yeah, you also yeah. So yeah, you would that's so funny because you would definitely sense the fiends regardless, probably.
Oh, look at this white snow. Cool.
well,
Because Allington's a fiend, right?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, yeah.
So you, outside of the normal aura, fiendish aura that Nihilus has been giving off, this fiend is what'd you get? What's the number?
12.
12. Okay. The fiend is definitely bigger and more threatening. And as you're sensing it, your eyes can't help but gaze up towards the two looming statues above you.
And so he's gonna look at Garrick first, and he's gonna ask him, "Is that axe ready?" And he just kind of like he'll turn his head, and he's gonna like give Garrick the there and there, and then he's gonna look back at Nihilus and Ellen and Ada and go, "We may have company."
Delightful, just one after another. Hey, before
Oh, sorry.
Avalanche!
before we go slugging at anything, let me heal up first. That initial fight definitely took a lot out of me. Jeez.
That actually doesn't sound like fire. So it's actually supposed to be that there's a bit of a crackling just from that green flame behind the portcullis. Sorry, Ida.
And the figures at the top of the wall, they look like statues.
They are
not moving.
statues. They're not moving. Snow is gathered on, on these perch, starting to gather on like the claws of the creature. They look exactly the way they do now. One with a huge great axe, a long axe. One with with a shield, and the other gargoyle looking more like a humanoid, crouched low with a huge long sword drawn back, but definitely has perches on the back where wings would have been that are probably broken off with age.
Is the door cracked like that?
So
the
instead,
miniatures?
yeah, good call. Instead of that door, I didn't have a portcullis. That's just the portcullis. So if that goes up,
Okay.
I'll open the doors completely. But I also wanted you to be able to know that behind there, you do still see that flame built. There's a flame inside of there.
Okay.
And so imagine it's more not a door. It's the gate down, and then right behind it, there's a blanket of fire. That is, it almost looks like you'd have to walk through a portal of green fire to cross the other side. You can actually see through it, and you can see, the snowy land. You can see some rocky ground if you expect to get a little bit closer. And you know that, like, within maybe 20, 30 feet, that other tower is right there. Now, you also know off on the sheer side here, if someone, it does not look, it looks dangerously, it would be extremely dangerous to scale it because it's almost like a sheer ice drop, but this is open, right? So, because this isn't a wall here. So if someone could scale, someone could fly, but then if you can fly, you could fly right over as well. So yeah, what are you guys thinking? And then the rest, there's nothing over this way but the mountain. Like if you all imagine all this over here is a mountain wall.
Eric's gonna walk up and try and lift it up.
All right, so
While you're doing that, sorry, you go on ahead.
I mean,
Let me see.
Hey, Ellen, you want to fly and take a rope, bro?
That's exactly my thought. I could even cast fly on the big guy and have him pull one of us over
21.
the.
Okay, you got it. I was about to say, I was going to cast Enhance ability on you, but it seems like you already got it.
So if he wants to pull, are we doing this all at the same time? Because if he's just going to open it and you guys could all walk through, then what's the point of flying?
I mean, we were talking, but he's doing so.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Malice and Ellen are trying to
I
be
don't
sensible in the back, but
talk.
apparently the
I
rest
got
of the
my
group
right
is...
And
So,
Christ pulling both swords, and he's just going, "This is going to be fun."
So as you start to walk towards the portcullis, it starts to open. When you get within 10 feet, cling, and it's up there in the ceiling, and there's that curtain of flame, and it's just kind of crackling, not roaring. It's almost like pretty. It's just almost like I said, it's purple green blanket of fire. But the portcullis is completely open.
he died. He died.
Portcullis is completely open.
Can I scavenge for that axe?
I think we should let him be the guinea pig, Nihilus. Just see what the danger is.
To walk.
Let them choose what they want to do.
He walks through the green wall of fancy flame.
Just walks through it.
Yep.
All right.
Gives 0 Fs.
So as he starts to walk, kind of like up to the fire, as he walks through the curtain, it feels fine and kind of warm as you're like right in the middle of it. It's thick enough to where you can almost like see inside of it, and you're seeing the other side. And as your face kind of comes out, that's when the insane, searing pain starts to hit you as you're trying to stagger across. You're going to take 6d10 damage.
I'm cool with it.
We just beat Nick's record in killing a new player.
No.
Oh man, I think he's strong enough to take it. We'll see.
As long as you don't roll max.
Even if he did, I'd still be alive.
We don't know how many times it's going to take you to walk through this.
I'm doing it once. This is a one-way trip after this.
32 damage.
Oh God, that does hurt.
So as you stagger through on the other side, you even as you kind of look back, they don't see you through the curtain for a second, but even you just kind of drop down to your knees, and then through your pride try to like stand back up. And weirdly, that kind of fire, you should be like 3rd degree burned, but you're not. But you definitely feel the searing pain, and you definitely feel like you feel like it's definitely hurt you.
Around and
like the
just
burning is still inside. And yeah, you turn it down, but you've made it
See
through.
if you can turn it off from that side.
You think he gives a flying fuck about pain?
And then as you get through the other side, the portcullis starts to come back down. It slams shut.
Oh no, I was about to say I was about to freaking.
So
Just
now
out of curiosity.
he's on the other side.
Is there anything on the opposite side of this, like facing the back end
Yes.
of this?
So the way I would let's see. Let's try to do this. Make it.
Oh, you can just describe. I don't need to see it.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. It's really just this. There's a tower, that's up about double the size. This is about 30 feet, so it's like 60 feet going straight up. That's looming
okay.
right here. Now down the distance, what you see in the distance. Actually, if you look on roll 20, you can see what you see in the distance. Troy, do you see this bridge? There's a huge bridge off in the distance that bridges the gap,
yeah.
crevice, and you can see these two huge towers. They go up maybe 30 feet with horses, like with their lances pointed towards each other on opposite sides, and a long, kind of broken stone pathway that leads across to the other side of the Gaucus mountain in the distance. So
All right. If y'all seriously don't do something, he's gonna keep doing shit.
We got a gateway. How big is this burning fire inside of this gateway?
It covers the entire gateway, so there's no way. You can't like jump over it. You can't. It doesn't look like you can slip under it. It looks like through it, unless you can get rid. I don't. It's blanketing that entire space.
If this thing's magic, thankfully I prepared dispel magic. I'm so damn well pleased I prepared dispel magic.
Okay, so tell me what you do, and in great detail.
She's just like, hold on, guys. I've got this. I was doing some thinking, and I decided to ask the Great Light for some different power. And luckily, I think I've got a solution for this situation. And she wave her hand and cast Dispel Magic.
She's not approaching it. She's doing it from where she is right now, right?
Actually,
What's the range on Dispel Magic?
Yeah.
120.
Okay. So she casts Dispel Magic. As she speaks the words, she, waves her hand. Soft glow, the green light begins to get brighter and brighter, and it flashes. Boom! And as it flashes, there in the doorway, the fire blanket curtain is gone, and 10 feet behind it, standing there, is Garrick.
Huh. That was less than a third level spell?
No, what do you guys do?
Not complaining, but
If there's
Garrett,
a
come
door to
open
that tower,
open the gate. No, come back, open the gate again.
Open the gate.
yeah, no,
Big
y'all
door?
could have walked up and did it. He's looking towards the tower, looking for a door. Tower that's right
Fine.
next to the.
Crius, open the gate.
Crius is like trying to lift it.
As Crius approaches it, it starts to go back up, slowly but surely.
Yeah, I was about to say, I cast Dispel Magic on this thing. This thing's clearly, unless it's got
All
some...
right, guys,
the
go.
the portcullis has nothing to do. I mean, you dispelled the fire curtain.
Yeah.
So the gate's not magic.
Yep.
Got it.
So what are you doing, Crius?
Let's go.
Crius is gonna, as soon as that gets clear enough that he can just roll underneath, he's going under.
Yep. It stays up. He goes under. He crosses through the other
Has
time.
both swords ready.
Ada will do an acrobatic check to sort of, yeah, Ida's gonna follow. She'll take his lead and roll under.
Ida, give me a dexterity save, because a minute just went by.
Oh, fuck.
So
This is gonna hurt. Yes, 17.
took a page out of your book, Renee, with the actual time. you got 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Stop giving each other ideas.
So as you are making your way through, that curtain ignites, and because you're running quickly, but you're not running from necessarily anything. You just cross the threshold, but it's like you take half as it ignites back up and resecures itself. You will take
The hell?
D10.
See how
You
long
take
does
16 damage.
Nice.
16 fire damage, and the curtain is back.
um
So Ida is on the other side. She took 16 fire. Ellen and Nihilus are now.
is
still-
this a third? Is this a third level below spell? Because if it is, that means it ends. It's
Don't
something.
worry about
Highly
don't worry about
doubt
the
it
mechanics.
is.
There's a lot of ways that can happen.
Yep.
So we'll talk mechanics later. But it's a fair move.
Just know that you dispelled it, and now it's back. 16.
God damn it!
It, you,
Killed myself.
flesh
Ellen,
wound.
you want to just
Flesh wound. Muted.
Do you have the spell again? Do you want to do it again and like let them cross through,
God, I
Go,
beat
buddy.
all my third level slots.
or what do you guys? I'm sorry, I don't want to lead you guys.
'Cause Unless
they,
fly over the walls.
That was my plan in the first place. I was asking Nihilus, do I want to use a fourth level to help one of these?
Yeah, I
fools?
was gonna ask you if you don't. I was gonna ask if you don't mind. If you don't mind casting it on both of us, but I can. It's up to you. I
Sure.
defer to you, sir. There we go.
I'll use a fourth level fly. Nihilus is flying and I'm flying.
So as you guys fly up and over this great wall, you see
No,
the
no, no, no,
bright
no.
creatures.
We fly. I'm flying
up.
up,
Okay. Okay.
around,
Okay. And
around, and I'm not flying just past these gargoyles, sir.
No.
That's not happening. We're not. Mm-mm.
So as everyone else on the other side, Crius, Garrick, Ellen, Ida, as they disappear into the the fog, the wind above whipping through like, I imagine CGI characters do in movies when they're flying straight up in Neo style. Neo and Ellen like flying through the air together.
Crius is just
There's
looking
a-
like capes. What is the capes?
Oh, right? The billowing of those goddamn capes. There's this cracking sound, and snow starts to fall off the top of the things as the creature looks up to where the characters fall, as the other one kind of begins to crack and wake up. You guys were so close to getting through this without combat. But I'd like a insight check from Crius and Ida. And actually, from all, Crius, Ida, and Garrick.
Oh,
Damn it.
I mean, I'm cool. I don't have to do insight.
Exactly what these things are. Nat 20.
Nice. And so
Yeah, no, I'm good.
what you realize, regardless of whether you realize what they are, not what you realize is that they respond that, Ida, you know that you needed to cross the threshold either through the fire or dispelling the fire. You knew that was the way, and you have a feeling that they're activating because Nihilus and Ellen have tried to circumvent passing this way. Everyone roll for initiative.
Ida's just looking.
Alright,
I'm gonna set this up a different way so there can be some better.
No. Oh no.
I'm ready for this shit. Let's go.
Oh.
I'm still revving. 30-some points ain't squat.
I'm gonna go down immediately.
By the way, you're gonna love my character, Malcolm. He gives 0 Fs, and all your traps I will activate.
Oh god damn it. I rolled a 5 on initiative. I am going down this round.
22.
They'll come after me and Ellen first.
Yeah, they might not attack you at all. Who knows?
Well, one has wings, the other doesn't.
What?
I mean, we know the one without wings is coming down to us.
Oh
because
yeah,
we're
I'm
at
having
that-
playtime.
And Ellen, again, you probably followed my lead, right? So we probably took a couple motions up before trying to go forward. Yeah.
16. So 18.
In my mind, I kept saying, "Don't fly, don't fly, don't
I knew it. I knew these guys were gonna do something.
fly."
Well,
Magic
if they,
users.
If
They're
they
gonna
would've-
use
if they
magic.
would have opened the portcullis and let us still go through, I wasn't gonna sit there and try to open the
I
portcullis.
ain't sitting there taking All right, I can
Derek,
take
if
that.
you would have
60
came back and opened the
one more
portcullis,
time.
we would have walked through. 100%. I asked you to open it. I can't open it on my own.
That's the thing. I think it opens automatically.
The
I
portcullis
don't know.
opens
Well,
automatically.
does
Crius
it?
tried
Oh,
to
okay.
Yeah,
go.
you
Yeah,
guys
he was
coulda
going to
just
get ready
walked
to
forward.
lift it when it came down, and then like it opened automatically, and he's just like, "All right, this is weird."
And I walked through it. I was like, oh, this ain't too bad. Holy sh!
Mhm.
My flesh is burning.
It was the Wile E. Coyote. Like he walked through and he's fine, and then
Just eyeballs.
right.
Blink, 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 blink.
So Crius is the only one that made it through without taking damage?
You're
I
welcome.
mean, I'm still pretty healthy.
I'm
I
not.
mean, I'm healthy
for now,
Yeah.
for now.
For now, yes, that is true.
You know, I'm doing so garbage this
I'm
session.
ready to do some shit. Let's go.
It's my 3rd level spell.
I didn't show all my tricks fighting y'all.
I'm sure you didn't.
Here, you made me use all my 3rd level spells.
No, the only person who showed all their tricks was Ida. Ada's the only one who has used all of her resources to do absolutely nothing.
Well, I was so happy that Shay didn't go, you're so close to me, inflict wounds, because then that would have been a continuous fight.
oh,
Yeah, no, I decided
Don't show him bad magic.
to get rid of inflict wounds this
That's
session.
all right. I'm just gonna use my high deception skills. We're gonna figure this out.
I mean, Eldritch
My
Blast
insight
is
sucks.
pretty much bad magic.
It's force damage.
But-
It's just not bad.
Mostly necrotic.
Force
Okay.
damage, sir. Hey, my chill touch is useful, sir. Don't give me that.
It sure is.
I mean, yes,
Well,
it's a
my,
giant,
like,
scaly,
giant
bony
enemy's a
hand.
necromancer, so necrotic and zombies and anything that's undead is gonna die.
Well, I got speak undead for nothing then.
As long as I don't destroy the head, you can still talk to him.
Good.
that's true.
Because I thought we could use it.
So
Ellen, why don't you choose how many turns we went up before
I
we
got
started
a
going forward?
18 on mine.
60, 120, 180. How far do you feel like we went?
I don't want to go up
Like-
too high because if I lose
on,
concentration,
Icarus.
we both fall.
If we lose concentration and we're together, which I assume we're together, I might be able to help. We'll see. Actually, nope.
Okay.
Never mind. I haven't leveled up yet. I'm thinking of a level 7 nihilist. Level 6 nihilist can only help himself. I'm sorry.
All right, Ellen, what did you roll?
Oh, on initiative, 9.
9. All right, Nihilus.
13.
Ida.
I failed miserably.
Set 5. Derek
18.
and Crius.
22.
You too, not bad.
Side note, Malcolm, I've been rolling these die you sent me on the back end. Have not rolled over a 12. I've rolled them like 15 times.
I didn't curse those dice. I just did.
Are you
I
like
do not-
anti-Will Wheaton over there? You bless
Well, my
him?
other die hasn't rolled. Other die rolled under a 10 twice in 7 turns, and most of the ones that were over a 10 were 17 and above.
Just gonna add a little bit of just that.
Yeah, see,
I
I'm
hate-
sending. I'm using the dice on Tuesday for last hit. So I'm saving those dice. So I'm not touching them. I'm not doing. I'm like, oh, cool. Open
Well,
them, put them back.
these dice he sent me are literally nihilist dice. Like they're purple and gold. They're purple and yellow, purple and gold. And then I have the little owl and the little mystic coins, and I'm like, okay, I had to try it, but nope, not gonna kill me, sir. Not gonna kill
Not
me with your bad
today.
mojo.
So, Crius, you are up.
Okay, so he's gonna pull both swords out. He's gonna have them ready, and what's the closest thing to him?
Okay, so yeah, so they I know you can't, but they haven't moved, so they're still up
Okay.
there. They haven't.
Just out there.
Yep.
Okay, so he's
Have they moved enough to identify themselves as an enemy?
Yeah, they're like
Got it.
moving in, and one of them was kind of like starts to scream down at the enemies below. This one kind of like makes a bunch of clicking sounds. It does. And the other one kind of roars through its teeth and looks up towards the sky. Actually, I'm gonna put you guys, Nihilus, and Nihilus and Ellen right now on these flying bases. So I'll have you guys decide where you want to enter. I will just imagine you're like kind of maybe right off screen or maybe even right above here, somewhere in the mountain area. But just for the sake so the miniatures aren't falling all over the place, you guys are 120 feet up in the sky. Okay.
120? Okay.
Yeah, is that what you said? Like you said you said you're trying to hit. Is that your max?
No. We
Okay.
can fly, I mean, we can fly as high as we want to. It's not like
So
we were
there's-
timed.
There's no. Okay, so you guys.
Ellen 120s, does that sound good?
Yeah,
I
let's do that.
figured we would have flown straight up and then like came down at an angle as we came forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 120 sounds about right for our current height.
Okay. And I will imagine in terms of the crowd attacking you that the you guys are obscured by the fog, and I will make a perception check for the creatures if they're paying attention or if they spot you. At this point, since you haven't entered the battlefield, you're like flying. So I imagine that no one really sees you guys up there right now.
Ellen and I are full on our happy flying mode. We don't even know.
So did I miss something, Crius? Did I? Yeah, I mean, yeah. You guys don't even hear that. You probably just hear that. You hear the like you hear like a sound like echo up through the mountains, and it lets you. That's what points you to like, oh man, something's going on.
So
Crius,
he's gonna take about a good 10 feet from where he and Garrick are standing to kind of like move, like face the walls of the portcullis so that he can kind of like move back and look up. And if he can see that thing, he's just gonna wave at it like, down here.
all right. So you do that, and it, the one that's looking up towards the sky, it's the one that's right above you. The gargoyle kind of looks, and when it goes from looking up straight down to you, and it kind of moves very, very quickly, almost like the ice has frozen this thing very long. But what's interesting is as it flakes and moves, it still looks like it's made of stone, but it's so organic. It's like at the joints, it's broken, and under there is a glowing bluish, almost would look like the opposite of magma, but a blue version of that these things are kind of basically crackle and move.
Hey.
A life form, a life force under there, keeping it alive. Okay.
So Crius will look at Ida and go, are these like the dogs that attacked?
Nah.
And it is and you also, because you rolled earlier, you realize this is the fiend. Both of them are fiends.
If you say that, Ida, she's just gonna be face palming you.
So are you doing anything else? That was it? Just waving, just like trying to get their attention? No actions? Are we moving?
No, yeah, he'll hold it until they come down.
Okay. Garrick.
Well, he sees these things slowly shifting, moving, just looks up, has a smirk on his face. On his back, he grabs one of his javelins, and he's going to take a cue from Crius and step away from the gate a little bit.
Okay.
And
Yep. 5, 10, 15, like maybe 20.
gonna cock back, and right before he actually goes to throw it, he's going to go into a rage and throw it recklessly.
All right, go ahead. Make that. You're throwing at the one with wings or the one without?
I want the one without.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You guys in these 20s that roll dirty 20. But yep, that hits.
It's only 1d6, right?
Yeah. I don't.
Not mad damage.
No.
All right. Wow. Rolled a 2 plus my rage is 2, so 8 total.
Okay. So it's a javelin, right? Is that what you threw?
Yeah.
So
Just one javelin.
you throw the javelin. You said the one without, and it like lands in the shoulder and like chips a bit of like the rock, and but it doesn't stay in, and you can see it kind of like a bit of flash of like magic as it kind of pierced in, but then the tip just kind of absorbs in, and the wooden piece just falls away, lands on the ground. It still takes the damage, but you can tell that it didn't look like it hurt it very much.
Yeah.
If Garrick is not doing anything else, then Nihilus,
That is my turn.
as you start to come down, you can see the figures clawing over the towers, kind of like dragons, like hunched over, looking down on the prey below. They haven't attacked yet, but all of their body language, I would say, you guys have been fighting monsters for a long time. It reads sinister. They haven't called out, they haven't said anything, so. Yeah,
How far away are they away from us right now?
If you say you're about 100 feet in the sky, then yeah, you're peering down through the crowds, and you can. You're probably they're slightly obscure from your angle from that height.
If I would fly down until I see them, so however much, that's all of the.
So where you're about
60
feet? You're about 60 feet where you can see them clearly.
Okay, so I use 60 feet to get there, so that's all my movement. I see them clearly from where I am. What's my distance to them?
60 feet.
Nihilus will cast.
Actually, if you're 120 feet from the ground, then that's actually not true. So if you came down 60, then we're talking. I don't even have my tape measure, but we're talking. So this is probably 60 feet. So you would actually be closer. You'd be like hovering close to 15, 20 feet away, depending on how close you are. Of course, you don't have to be close to them, but you would actually be a lot closer. You'd be somewhere up right here.
Now, this is not happy about the fact that he's closer.
You can just go. You can go 30 feet and just stay a little bit higher. But yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know to stop until I see them. So you have to let me know when I stopped.
Yeah. So I imagine. I'll say you can see the ground 60 feet from the ground, and not from, because if I do 60 feet from them, so it's 60 feet from where you see your party. And so, so it ends up being, that's where you end up kind of coming in hot, and you're like, oh shit, there they are, and you kind of slow down. So,
all right, that's Hex on the one that looks like it can fly, and 2 Eldritch Blasts.
All right. So I'm going to treat this as the Hex.
Wow. Okay. You weren't ready to come into battle. So that was a 13 and a 27. So I'm assuming the 27 hits.
The 27 will hit. Wait, I need the AC up.
They magically gain +5 to AC.
If you say 27 doesn't hit, Nihilus is running right now.
No, that hits.
Okay. All right. And then are they resistant to necrotic?
You won't know until, let's see, give me.
I'm hitting them with necrotic right now, so
yeah.
I'm just, do you want me to give you the numbers separate, or because force and necrotic damage?
Oh, you're doing. What do you mean you're doing?
I hit him with hex.
Hex, which
so
does
that
force.
does necrotic. That does necrotic, and then my Eldritch Blast does force. So I give you the. Want me to give it to you separate or all together?
Probably easier with separate.
Actually, give it to me all together, because I think they're.
Oh wow.
They're resistant to both? Okay. So that's a 6, 11, 13. 13 damage.
All right. So, and you're shooting the same one? You're shooting the other one, the one now with the wings. 13?
Yep, I'm shooting the one with the wings, 13.
So, boom, so the force damage slams into it from the Hex, and then the Eldritch Blast, hits it, and as it tries to, kind of goes up to block, it slams into it, chipping off a piece of its shield. And you realize the shield is literally a part of its body. It kind of, shakes its arm as though it felt the pain.
Okay.
Takes the damage. Is there anything else you want to do?
Cry. Not much I could do here. I've used all my movement, bonus action.
At that moment, Nihilus, that is when the creature kind of takes off and begins to fly while it was. So I'm going to give this a random roll, but I imagine that you're the last person that attacked it, but it also did get called out by.
Ellen, I'm so happy it's you that's concentrating on fly.
So this is it flying. I don't know where we're going to put you, so I'll just say it would be coming at you. It has a decent fly speed, so, it's got 40.
Oh, yeah, I'm only 15, 20 feet away from it, so it'll find me, yeah.
It just moves in, flies up to you, And actually,
How high up?
Yeah, I was
I'm
just gonna ask that.
I'm 60 feet up.
he's 60
So
feet
it
Oh,
would've
up.
I
had
can't.
yeah.
Yep, nope. Can't help you there, my man.
Unless you can throw me.
Let's do
I'm not
it.
that worried.
Have something a little better if they were closer.
I mean, this is gonna be bad.
This is the
He-
same character I played with you, Renee. Just different name and backstory. Yeah, buddy, this is the one that took out your beholder.
Okay.
So give me a Constitution save.
What kind of
Nihilus.
nonsense are you throwing at me? You know this. You know this die doesn't like saving throws. Okay, don't do that to me.
Put yourself in that predicament, my man. Come on, you got this, Jason.
That's 11 total.
Oh, you fail. And so, as you see this thing coming towards you, this huge gargoyle-ish creature, it lets out this terrifying scream, and the scream almost feels like it's deafening, like it's going to bust your eardrums, and you just go stunned. Now, do you keep flying because Ellen is controlling it, or would you lose?
Yeah, I mean, because you don't. When stunned isn't prone. Stunned is I can't move and I can't attack. So I'm gonna stand still, which means I'm not moving.
Now I gotta ask: is Ellen within 30 feet of you? I imagine you guys aren't flying apart from each other, not too far away from each other.
But Ellen's holding the
I didn't
concentration.
move
No,
yet.
no, he hasn't moved.
No,
I moved.
He
I
moved 60 feet down.
Okay,
He hasn't moved.
so you're allowing him to fly off of your spell, but he can fly separate of you guys.
Yes.
Don't have to, got it.
Yeah, there's no radius for flying.
Okay, gotcha. Ellen, it's your turn.
Okay.
So you're stunned till your next turn.
The end of my next turn, or the end of his next turn.
The end of its next turn.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get
Good
a time.
times.
Yeah. Okay.
Good
Well,
times.
I see Nihilus is in trouble here. I am
Good
going
luck,
to
fellas.
fly down. I'd like to get, if I can, within 10 feet of the flying gargoyle, but not closer than 10 feet.
Okay, so you're like right about here.
Mhm. And I'm going to, again, like, start concentrating, have that orb of lightning, and it shoots out and kind of explodes near him, casting Shatter
Okay,
at 3rd level.
that doesn't hit Nihilus.
Depends on the angle.
I would have it so the radius doesn't hit Nihilus.
Got it. Okay. What do I need to save? Con?
Con save. Let me go ahead and roll.
Disadvantage, I believe.
Disadvantage if it's made of stone.
I
It
would
is
roll
not
50.
made of stone right now.
It's not made of it. It's not made of stone, metal, glass,
No,
any of that stuff.
no.
Okay. Okay.
It's so
Worth
the thing
it.
is what it looks like. Yeah, it still takes, but what it looks like is not necessarily what it is. So it's like I said, that's why I said that bluish energy running under it, under that like when it transformed, it's almost like revealing that underneath it's not really stone. So we got a 22.
Yeah, that makes it.
Yeah. So it takes half.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to. I don't know how you rule this. So it's supposed to take half damage, but I also have the. So I rolled 11
Mhm.
the damage,
Mhm.
but I also have the sorcerer feature where it's going to take an additional 3 thunder damage
Okay. So
because it's within 10
taking-
feet of me.
That's
so-
separate. So it adds on
Separate?
top. So it would
Yeah,
be
it's that
11
on top.
plus 3. It's not the total.
So is
plus
it 11
3
plus 3
divided.
divided by 2, or is it 11
The three's
divided by 2?
not divided by 2. The 3 is separate. It's added on. It wouldn't be doubled or
Okay.
brought down.
So
even
it'd
with
be
the
8 damage total.
Yep. Come get 5. Yep.
And I'll use 10 more feet of movement, and whatever is left, so I get to move 10 more feet because I cast a spell.
Yep.
I try to get closer to the ground.
All right. So, how far are you guys up?
We start at 120 feet.
100. So you came down to about 60. So 10. So you're still on your descent. So you probably got another 20 feet before you hit the ground.
Okay.
Your next turn. So your next turn you could just land if you needed to. So you're
That's my turn.
probably closer to actually where you are here. At that moment, the other creature leaps off and lands down in the center of everyone, and same thing. Begins to hiss through the metal venting in the mask, whatever's the armor this thing is wearing. Everyone, give me Garrick. Everyone on the ground. Essentially, I need a.
If you position this thing right, I'm behind it though.
It doesn't matter. It's a sound. You're within 20 feet. So then, it's not like shooting it out. It's
Con.
just screaming and
Con
anything
save.
within 20, it's a con save. Yep.
God damn it. Well, I'm about to get stunned. Never mind, not 20.
Nice. Okay. So you're able to kind of like block. You hear the sound, and Ida kind of like goes into that place where the light kind of protects her. Crius and Garrett.
There, got that 22.
Nat 20. Jeez.
I get advantage.
All right. Crius.
12.
12. Okay, so Crius, you are stunned until the next turn. Oh my.
You just have strength proficiency, not con proficiency.
Yeah,
Is that
so
right? Yeah.
hold on. So not nat 20. So the first roll was 17.
Okay, so only one of you got stunned. Great. So you're able to pull through that. Ida, you are up next.
Ida, clearly realizing what's gone, is like, you idiot! Why the hell did you fly? God damn it all! And she is gonna cast,
Careful, girl.
eh,
You're getting mighty uppity for somebody who's threatening to leave this group.
And just to ask, would you still have Spirit Guardians up, or is that
No, that would have. I imagine you guys.
Yeah.
She let that go when
2 hours of travel.
away
Okay.
from this thing over to the tower. Basically by the
where you are. Yeah. Where do you want to go?
I'd say, how far away is that other tower?
The one over there?
Yeah.
Like 10 feet.
Okay, she's gonna go move over there and just sort of heal herself in a corner. So
Okay.
gonna cast again a level 2 cure wounds on herself.
All right. So Ida kind of rushes away, stands in the corner with her shield up, and begins to like quote her, her messages of light.
So let me get this straight, Ada. You took the time to yell and then decided to hide?
Yes. Biggest hypocrite around.
All right, we've gone through an entire first round. Back to Crius, who is stunned, and so as he has nothing to do, he's just kind of shook momentarily as we move to the Creech to Garrick.
All right. Seeing that it's daytime, he is going to grab his glaive, and he's going to move to the left of him. So he's on the right side of that creature, the one on
Okay.
the ground.
So he wants to be the right side of it, or you said left side of it?
The left side.
Okay, like right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is going to go to town on this thing with 2 strikes at Reckless.
Let's do it.
Wow. Really? Okay, the first one hits, 2 17s.
So first one hits. That.
Well, no, 17 natural on the die plus 7.
Oh yeah, you hit.
So
it.
17, 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
21, 22, 23 total. So
You
2
got it.
23s.
2 23s. Both of them
Yeah.
are hits. Okay, both of them are hits. Let's go ahead and then deal. And this is just this is slashing damage.
With an axe? Yeah.
Yes. That one. Give me that one. Oh, damn. All right. So 22 total.
22 total damage.
Wait, hold on. I calculated that wrong. It's more. 22.
It's all right. 22 killed it. Don't worry about it.
30. Sorry, 30. I forgot to add my modifier.
Very nice.
Good, because Crius is standing next to that thing, and he's like he'll Bastard. Quickly.
Well, now this is about to be lunch right now, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Oh man, this is gonna be bad.
It's like the one damn save that I didn't have any modifier for. I'm like, really?
All right, Garrett, Nihilus, it's you. Owen, you're stunned. So,
Yeah, I have Dark One's own luck, but I rolled so low, I was like, I'm not even gonna use it. I was at an 11. I was like, I have no idea what the save is, but that seems real low.
So the creature turns, stays here, and so the way it pulls that huge sword back and swings it. And the way, if you can't see the miniature here, but the way it's crossed is it has like zones. So this entire zone is its field of attack. So anything within reach, which is 5 in front of it, for every roll, it's attacking both of you. So it counts as it's one every attack. So it's like swinging a large, swing across. So the first attack with the weapon.
Malcolm been playing some Dark Souls, I see. All right.
That's going to be.
But you said it's only a 5-foot reach?
What's that?
It's only a 5-foot reach?
You guys are both within 5 of the base.
Oh, okay.
Not yes, yeah. So 5-foot reach of the base. So 5. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, I'm just glad it's not 10.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't. I was gonna make it 10, but
I've seen
the
this
base
thing
is
before.
already big. So like
last time I fought this mini, it had a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, it was a different creature. It's skinned differently this time.
Oh man.
So 23 to hit on both of you on that first strike, and then the second one, 20, dirty 20 on the second strike to both of you. Do both of those? I mean, I guess you're already stunned, so those are both going to hit. So damage. Quickly here.
It's when my characters and Josh's characters started beefing a little bit. I remember that day.
It's not too crazy, but 14 points of slashing damage to both of you.
Okay. I take 7.
Okay, and then off of that one, and then the second slash, which did hit both of you. This is the second roll. 16 slashing damage on the second one is hopefully Crius.
Oof.
And Crius,
Nice.
I'm gonna. It just only seems natural that would put you prone as you get cut down. Your stunning is over, gone.
And now I'm prone.
As the creature kind of hisses and looks around, and there seems to be like almost like liquid ice, like freeze on, like dripping out of its like crevices and like core stuff like that. As we move to Ellen. And I think I swapped. So we went Garrett, we went Nihilus, who was stunned. And I normally the flying one should have been first. I did this guy first, so there's just going to be a flip flop on this turn. It would have been the same attack. But Ellen, it's your turn.
Okay. It's hard to imagine with the various heights.
Yeah. So you are like right here, like you're like 20 feet away from the ground.
Okay.
This is like because this pedestal is about 10. You're about 20, and then Nihilus is probably another. I know
40
we're
feet higher
40
and,
feet
like, 10
higher.
feet
Yeah.
front.
So
I
yeah,
was-
they really aren't really here.
Yeah.
He's probably
trying to
50
think,
feet away from you. He's probably 50-ish feet away from you. The
Okay.
flying one?
Because I was trying to see if we could make the geometry work to try to hit both of those creatures with a lightning bolt without hitting Nihilus or I think that's correct there.
So I gotta call it down from the sky at an angle.
You don't have the speed to get around.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
It's a stretch, lightning
Well-
strike angle.
Well,
that was-
how far would it take him to get to this side, like to the bottom side, and shoot up and through? That'd be the only way you could do it. You don't have the speed
because
to
the
get
lightning bolt comes from it comes directly
It
from
comes
you,
from
which
me.
means that you got to be over it, which means you have to land the ground and shoot it up. That would be something you could do.
if you want to lay directly on the ground in front
Yeah,
of this.
you'd have to land directly in front of it, and then You'd have to literally like land like right here and then fire it up that.
I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
Join the party.
No, I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? Yeah, no, I would just target the flying one. I'll stay 20 feet above the ground. That seems like a good height.
Okay.
Target the one that's flying with a lightning bolt.
Okay. So I gotta make that con save again.
That's a dexterity.
Dexterity save.
Let me double check.
You are right.
Yeah.
All right. Dex save.
And I have to roll a bunch of that.
Wow. So it's preoccupied. I guess with Nihilus, it gets a 7 and fails.
Okay.
It has advantage on spell saves. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So get one more.
On stealth saves?
That's a little bit on spell saves.
Spell, okay, yeah.
So I got 17 on that second one.
Okay, use the save.
I always be forgetting my monsters that have advantage on spell saves. I did that with my hags, and they got whittled down.
Why do you think I took a gnome to your beholder?
Yeah.
Wait, so you remember for us, but you don't remember
Right.
for the other party? Okay, I see how it is.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Throwing that
So
out there,
that's-
I'm just saying. Supposed to have equal treatment, sir.
So that is 17
Oh
damage.
man! Take all your issues up with Eddie. Send them to the code of conduct email.
So it's 17 is the halved amount.
Okay, 17
A
is
lightning
half.
damage.
Okay, he'll take the 17 then. That's the flying one.
And just so you know, Nihilus is running a bit, so you're kind of close. Throw that out
Okay.
there.
What were you saying, Nihilus?
I was just giving Ellen a heads up.
Oh,
You're,
That
gotcha.
he's kind of close.
At that moment, Ellen, lightning just smashes into this thing, kind of breaking like a piece off of one of the wings, kind of like flaps around and looks down towards you, but still see Nihilus is still kind of stuck in front of it in the moments that it's happening. And it takes that, axe and looks like it's preparing to swing.
Yeah, let's swing twice at advantage.
I would swing. Oh yeah, with that advantage, yeah. So, and I knew I had that same thing but since I hit him both times, I didn't even do advantage on Renee. So both shots at advantage. Wow, that first one might not hit you.
No, it hits.
Oh, 16, 17, yeah, that's it. I realized I always forget. I rolled an 8, and I was like, "Oh, but it's a +7, so that's gonna hit."
Yeah, I only have a 14 AC, so it hits.
Both of them are gonna hit. Jeez.
If you did roll in that one, then it hit. So I'm insta dead again. Okay, thanks. Good night.
Oh, don't kill any party member when I just joined.
32 damage total between both attacks.
Nice.
Still up.
Barely.
Girl!
So as this thing is like kind of like swings through, it's almost like the first it swings so heavily. I imagine that it doesn't catch you. You get stunned, but it doesn't catch the blade. Doesn't catch you as much as the pole part of it slams into your chest, kind of swinging you around through the air. And at that moment, you're able to like get out of it, start to like fly and pull back, and that's when it kind of swings with the back, and the butt of it slams into your face, and all that 32 is transferred into your jaw. Your stun is gone.
I can't really go prone, but I don't know what you want to do to me.
Yeah, as long as you, here's the thing: is if you can't fall out of, okay. See, I would have you test concentration, but it's
Ellen's holding the yeah.
So you're just kind of like he's like kind of.
I'm rotating in the
He's rotating in the sky, like he's kind of flying around, trying to catch himself through the
Cairo
sky.
spheres.
And then after that, we move to Ida.
All right, so clearly seeing my friend in danger. Is Nihilus down yet?
He's just kind of flipping in the sky. He seems to still be up, but and he's far up. And then everyone's still awake. And Crius is just down, getting up. What do you guys look like in terms of bloody? Cool to fine. I know Derek looks fine.
Nihilus is very much bloody.
Not living. He's
Little cut.
Yeah, because he took the fire damage at the beginning.
Yeah, he did. He's ready for a fight, though. Let's do this.
Hey, so sweet bonus.
And the creature is still hexed, correct?
Ida is gonna cast Sacred Flame.
What were the individuals hits? Do you remember? No?
What's that?
Do you remember what the individuals hits were? If not, I'll just consider it 16 and 16 because I have to roll for concentration for that.
Oh, yeah. They were around 16 and 17. So yeah. So then you would.
So if neither of them were over 20, then it's just 10 both times.
Yeah, because you didn't. Yeah, so 10 both times. That's fine.
Got it.
Because I don't think I did. I think I did like, yeah, like it was like 16, 17 damage. It was nothing over 20.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot at flying creature currently attacking Nihilus.
Nice.
Sacred Flame.
I saved.
So Sacred Flame rolls off of your fingertips, flying out towards the creature. That's an attack, right?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a dex save.
It's a dex save. I'm sorry. Okay. And it is going to fail.
Did you roll
Okay.
it twice?
Actually, no. We roll twice. I was going to catch it. That would be 13.
Yes, fail still.
Okay.
6 radiant. Let's see how effective radiant damage is on these things.
This is on the flying one, right? Yep.
Yeah.
6 radiant.
Yeah.
Okay.
How effective does it look by radiant damage?
So the radiant damage slams to it. It's not a lot of damage, but you can tell with radiant, like it gives it the full impact. So the creature kind of staggers, kind of hisses a little bit.
Gonna cast.
Continues floating.
Okay, yeah, she'll. All right, she's gonna cast Healing Word on Nihilus.
And I would say that some of the chunks of rock are starting to break off the creature. It looks like both of them looks like they've taken decent amount of damage, but they're not bleeding out just yet. Still
All right.
they seem to have fight left in them.
Now it's got 11 health.
Yeah, 11 health
Okay.
back.
Nods down to Ada. That's cool. That almost brings me to half health.
At least I'm almost dead. I'm almost out of second level spells here.
I'm always almost out of spells, Ada. That's how I live.
If Ida's done, then it will move to Crius.
Hard
Top of the
for a
third
warlock.
round.
First thing he's gonna do is stand up. He's gonna shake his head, and he's gonna. Is he still close enough to that thing?
Yep.
And
He's
strike
like-
it.
Nice. Kind of whips its head towards you, and then like the blade is like aimed to strike.
23.
And so the one kind of crawls around on the ground, constantly like preparing, kind of like almost going into like low crouch fencing moves, and then either stabbing or swinging wildly. What was the number? I'm sorry.
23.
That hits.
And let's see. So it's gonna be 11.
11 damage. So it stabs towards you, wham, and the sword slams in the ground, and your Crius is able to like leap up, just like a little peritone, and clink on his feet and land on the blade, and run up and whack, and just kind of like cut it across the face. And as the blade like lifts out of the ground, he kind of drops back, lands into his place on the ground. Another damage is done. Some of that
And then he's
spills out.
cool. And then he's gonna take his second attack.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, 15.
That hits.
That's not good.
Uh,
A lot of hit points.
Yeah. Here, before anything, I've got to quickly go do something, so I'll be back
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
so 7. But
7.
does it? Okay, no, that's fine.
7 to hit or 7? That's 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah. Okay. And you're just using regular short sword?
Scimitar.
Scimitar. Okay.
Yep.
So at that same moment before you jumped, like as you're leaping off, you slice down and slash it again across the face. Land crouching in the snow, backing away as it skitters away from you for a second and sets back up to come back to it. Sets up for a defensive position. Crius, as you're fighting, we move to Garrick.
Okay, he is going to move around to where he's potentially flanking.
Yep. Okay.
And just go to town on this sucker with 2 strikes.
And he's raging right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so 17 to hit on the first one,
Yep.
and that one's cocked. 22 on the second to hit. So-
What was on the first one?
First one was 17, and the second attack was 22.
Both hit.
All right. Now if I can remember how to do math properly. All right. So, that is 22 slashing damage total
22.
between both attacks.
That's on the one that's on the ground.
Oh yeah, I'm just focusing that big boy.
So you slam into the back and it staggers forward and it slams its blade in the ground as you slam that axe into like one of its legs and reaching back, slam it again. You're cutting, opening, slashes in the armor where that ice liquid bluish is splashing on the ground and as it splashes, like the ground goes like as it's and freezes into little shards of ice rock from wherever it lands. And it takes it, so it's still alive. And it looks like right now between the two creatures, they both are around the same level of weariness and starting to get there, starting to wane, starting to slow down just a bit. At that moment, Garrick, Nihilus.
All right, Nihilus in mid-spin, kind of just trying to right himself, and he just throws the monster a peace sign. I need a con save 16, DC 16.
All right.
Con
save.
Jason.
Later, buddy.
9 saves 14.
All right, so he failed. So that he takes 20 thunder damage and an additional 3 necrotic from my hex. And
Okay.
Nihilus is gone, like 100% gone. He moved 100. He moved 90 feet and is moving the other 60. So that's 150 feet. 50 down, 100 back.
Okay, so where is he flying to, though? It doesn't mean he can't chase him.
Oh yeah, he teleports 90 feet.
Oh, he's teleporting.
Yeah,
Teleports 90 feet.
Got it.
100 step.
Yeah.
Got it. And so you're going back towards are you going back towards the mountain on the other side? Are you going,
I'm trying to keep them in sight.
like tell me on like maybe roll 20.
From what I understand
where
from
you're
that
going.
map, it seems like there is a way to go towards those gates. I'm trying to fly towards those gates, towards the back, like past the tower.
Over here.
I'm flying over here.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that's
Like
where
around 100 feet back.
Okay. So that's,
This is what I warned Ellen
oh,
about.
right around there. Got it. So yep, that's where you're at right now.
Yeah, right there.
So I imagine it might still be able to see you, but it hasn't yet.
Oh, they'll be able to see me. I'm
Yeah,
100. I'm 150 feet away now. So.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. As Nihilus flies away, the creature, looking confused, just looks down towards Ellen. You're about 20 feet right from the ground.
Nihilus' cloak is billowing in the background.
Yeah.
He definitely still sees me.
The creature is going to fly down to. Uh-oh.
Take that.
Hope I died.
Yeah.
It flies down behind.
Potentially right here.
He
Hopefully
just lost
not.
concentration, that's all.
Mhm.
Let's see. It's kind of tough to put it there, but basically, kind of like doubles back and flies down low enough, right about where it's about 10 feet off the ground, and it kind of like hisses, and all this like white smoke starts to emit from between it's like out like the blue parts of its skin within a 20-foot radius, putting both Ida and Garrick in it, you both need to give me a con save.
We'll remind Ida when she gets back.
Oh yes, Edith. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'll keep it there. We'll just do Garrick's for now. And we'll remind Ida what she needs to do.
21.
21. All right, so you're good.
Hard to do something to barbarian that has con.
What would it have done?
Probably stun my ass again. I mean,
Just
that's
stun?
the only thing. That's not a good thing, okay? I got to attack.
Well, I mean, usually a move like that is like a daily, you know, like it's a. They use it once on you. All right.
Okay. It was not the same move. It did not scream. It just like this gas kind of hissed out of the skin, and it was really cold. And it almost felt like you breathed it for a second, like it was freezing like it was trying to like freeze your lungs. Like almost like it was emitting little icicle shards that are breathable, that would cut you from the inside, like breathing glass.
That sounds terrible.
As
He
it
sharded on you.
he sharded on you.
I dodged it.
As that happens, it is Ellen's turn.
Hey.
Back up, buddy.
Yeah, seriously.
I told you were gonna end up in front.
And you didn't just ran. You ran.
I left. I'm
GTFO.
gone.
Man,
GTFO.
See you later. Yeah. So yeah, I will.
And I'm low enough, so if you drop
TF2 too.
concentration, I won't get hurt. So,
Okay.
Shay, can you make a con save real quick?
You got this.
Go ahead, Ellen.
Don't. Oh, fuck my life.
That's not good.
Shay got a 5.
What
So
you rolled, you needed to roll more than that.
jeez. Okay, so I mean, it's give me roll this.
Just
out.
give me a second. You're gonna breathe some ice
You
in.
got sharded on, and
You
it's
got
not going to be
sharded.
So
fun.
you're poisoned. You start to feel your lungs like locking as like it's like you're breathing shards of ice glass that start to like cut inside of you. You take 8 poison damage, but every turn you'll continue to take a roll of this damage.
Deja vu, huh?
What's your poison?
What's up with you poisoning us, man? What do we do to you?
So you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect, of course. Yeah.
Ada, your volume's not up, so whatever you need to do to fix that.
Yeah, we didn't hear you.
Ellen, your
Back
turn.
to Ellen. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, with the other one a little bit lower now,
Mm-hmm.
I think the geometry works a little better.
It
So
does.
I'm gonna attempt to hit them both with a lightning bolt.
By going above them and at an angle, so you're trying to fly over here.
No, I was gonna try to fly around, kind of behind Crius.
Oh,
And
gotcha,
be
like right
hovering
here.
at ground level and hit the lightning bolt to try to hit both of them.
So you're like right here.
And hopefully within 10 feet of the one that's on the ground.
Yep, I'll allow that. Okay, so dexterity
Okay.
saves for both of them.
Yep.
I'm gonna do advantage. Advantage
Yeah,
for
they
the
get
first
advantage.
one. 13 is gonna fail, right? 13 for one.
Dang, man. Did you curse
And-
your own dice too?
I know, and a natural 20, so 27.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That sounds better.
So one failed. One.
I was like,
one
Jason,
succeeded.
you had to say something.
Okay. I got a dirty 20.
So the one that, of course, that failed is the first one. The one that's flying is the one that's able to like dodge a lot faster. The flying one's gonna take. Flying one takes half, and the bottom one takes full. Or the one.
Okay.
Takes full.
Yeah. And I managed to roll 3 ones with my 8d6.
Wow.
I take half as well.
Oh yeah.
You
I'm directly in that line of sight. Yeah.
Directly in that line.
You're
That's-
fine. You'll be
I'm
fine.
8 foot tall. You're not. You're hitting. Man. It's fine.
Yeah, and it's only
Being
20
real-
damage, so you only take 10.
So 10.
Being straight up.
Yeah. But the one that's on the ground will take, if I'm within 10 feet, will take 23 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll use that magical 10 extra feet of flight to back off from the one that's on the ground.
23. Okay.
You
So-
probably have 5 or 10 more feet of movement too after that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as this magic rolls through them, it thought I had a lightning. It slams into them and it ruptures, like the one on the ground gets blown back, and it breaks its sword in like cracks the tip off. It's so impactful, and it looks staggered, not stunned or anything, but it looks tired. And the one in the sky gets slammed and it blows off part of its wing. It's still flying, and you get the feeling that these things would be so heavy with the stone coverings that you get the feeling that regardless of the wings, it can still fly, right? Because any dragon, with the way that this wing is dismantled and torn off, it should just collapse out of the sky. But whatever it is continues to allow it to float. Yeah, that's it. It's taking it. So they're looking a bit haggard. They're looking low now. Ellen, at that moment, it's the one that's on the ground. Everyone on the ground, give me con saves.
Ellen's 40
yeah.
feet away from it.
Yeah, no, not Ellen, but just actually everyone right here. Ellen's fine.
19.
19, good.
Crius
Hey,
rolled
he's
one.
not having a good night, man.
Rolled a 5.
Dude. How about Ellen?
9.
9.
Oh, Ellen? Why does I
Oh,
thought
Ellen.
Ellen?
Didn't roll.
I thought
Oh,
Ellen
you're
was
talking
right.
about-
right?
Crius
Shay rolled a
not Shay.
Shay rolled a 5 or 9.
Shay shouldn't roll. Shay's not in this.
Oh.
It's this
I
one.
thought Shay was.
It's this
Oh,
one
okay.
spraying. So it's Ellen, Crius.
Okay.
No, Ellen's
Garrett.
not there. Ellen's not there anymore. He was 10 feet away, used his spell movement to move another 10 feet back, and then had like another 5 movement or something. So he was like 25, 30 feet away.
Oh, he's like, where's he at? So he's like over here. Got it. Then it's
Just back, yeah.
Got it. Then it's just those.
Wherever he can fit, yeah.
So
that-
then it's
that was good.
you. So then you're gonna take Crius. You're gonna take 10 poison damage, and you are poisoned going forward. So
That's right, Ellen?
I
You
got a
did do that,
question
right?
for you, Malcolm.
did you do that, Ellen? Yeah, I was just making sure. Okay. Yep.
Is that an ability or is that an attack?
Is it It's an ability,
Okay.
but it takes the action.
I think it's one of those things that attacks an area instead of a person. So
Yeah.
kinda-
Yeah, it does 20-foot radius. It just sprays it out, and now it's done. It uses its, instead of having its multi-attack. It's probably less devastating on this turn, but it's now done it. Because I could have just tried to do the 2 attacks.
No takebacks.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything back. At this moment, Ida, you're up. And you
Does
and
she
at the
take
end of
the poison first, or does she?
end of her turn, you can. Oh, so yeah, you take the poison again, and then at the end of your turn, you try. So you take another. Let's see, 6 or a 9.
It's a 6.
I really don't know.
Jason, me
Here,
and
I'm
Jason on
rolling
the same
different.
level.
I think it's a
It's
1.
a 6.
I'm not letting y'all get past it because this die doesn't have the number.
Is it a
It's
D10?
supposed to have a lot. Yeah, I accidentally used a percentile, so it doesn't have the number on the back. Oh, you know what? That's what I should have. I've already picked it up, so I'll re-roll it. Wow, it was meant to be because I rolled a 9 again, and this time the little line is on the bottom, so it is officially a 9. So 9 damage to.
Sorcery.
Die, don't lie.
Yep. Ida, it's your turn now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back as you declare. It's like really quick, and I'm gonna take a break.
No worries. I don't know. Have we lost Ida in both video and sound? Am I going crazy?
Lesser Restoration.
Could have been.
Ida's casting Lesser Restoration on herself, probably to get rid of
Ah.
poison.
Of course she is. Okay.
I don't know. How long do
Yes.
you guys normally play to?
Guys, can you hear me? Hello?
I hear you now.
now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was odd.
Okay, I'm back. All right.
The camera should still be up. But yeah, now I cast Lesser Restoration. And all my healing is gone once again!
Lesser restoration. Does that get rid of the poison?
Yep.
I'm out of 2nd level spells.
Hard being a cleric. I've been there, done that. Not fun.
That's all right.
All right. So as you do that, healing yourself up, do you stay there in the corner? Any movement? Otherwise, we move to the top of the 4th round. If not, then Crius, you are up.
Okay. So is it possible for him to cast protection from poison on himself?
I don't see why not.
Does that stop the poison damage that he's going to take at the beginning of his turn?
Yeah.
Oh, he could do it. You still take the poison at the beginning of your
Just
turn,
okay.
and then you would stop it going forward.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's a 10.
So first, do I need to? So I need to take the con save first.
No. You take the 10. You take 10 poison damage.
Okay.
Now.
All right, so
Now you take your con save at the end of your turn, or you do the poison. If you do poison restoration as your move, then it's just going to go away. You don't need to make the con save anymore, right?
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll just do that because it's looking bad. It's looking really bad. Okay. All right. So I'm casting that, and now he'll attack with the closest one to him. That's the one that sprayed him too, right?
Yep.
Okay, so first attack. Come on, please.
So the moment just starts to drown the wind out, as you guys, as I imagine for Crius, this becomes very serious.
21.
That hits.
Okay.
You don't kill him, I got something up my sleeve.
Got 2 of them, so please kill them both.
Well, the second one I gotta ask.
So that's 9 damage. So that's the first attack.
Okay.
Okay.
9 damage.
9 damage for the first attack, and then he's gonna do it again. 17.
Okay, that hits as well.
And 12 more damage.
Yeah, the damage is done. So describe for me, like, just kind of how you're fighting this thing. You're not killing it, but like just what it looks like as Crius fights desperately with this, small short sword and this huge thing just kind of swinging.
So he's swinging it, and he's just like he's trying to stab upward, flip it around, like tossing it in his hand, just slashing everywhere in any place he can find an opening.
Just leaving openings wherever he can. Camera kind of pushes through under the creature's legs to the other side where Garrick is ready with axe in hand. Your turn.
Question: how far is that flying one above me?
I'm gonna say that's how far he is above you, literally floating right above.
Perfect. So I got a reach of 10 feet. So my first attack's going to be on the ground one, and my second attack's going to be at the air one.
Okay.
So 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 for the first one on the ground.
Hits.
And the air one, I don't have advantage, so I'd have to reckless, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do that. Screw it. Natural 20.
Jeez, you guys in these natural 20s today. All right. Both of them
Okay,
are hit.
so the first hit on the ground one is 1. Nice. 16 damage on the ground.
So now it's starting to take damage from both sides with you and Crius. Crius kind of dancing, you just driving an axe into wherever there's an opening. Then you swing up towards the other one, catching it right in the jaw.
22 damage on that one.
And that's with crit. That's with the crit.
That's with the crit. Do you hold on before you do that? Do you double the die or do you roll 2? Because I rolled 2.
We do the normal way. Roll 2. Yep.
So I rolled 2. I rolled 2 8s.
You double. Which is that? You mean you double the score or double the dice, right? You double the dice and you added your hit. Yeah, that's the way the player's handbook says.
Okay, so yeah, 22.
Okay. Yep. All right. So Garrick is kind of working this thing. They look weak. I mean, literally, it looks like it wants to land now, and the one on the ground is not as elegant anymore. It actually grabs its sword with both hands, kind of like looking around back and forth to you. I
don't know if I'll kill it, but I will action surge.
Okay. Nihilus.
Well, no, I was gonna action surge.
Oh, you're gonna action surge. Then go ahead.
And I don't know if I'm gonna kill it, but rinse and repeat for both.
For both? All right.
Yeah. Okay. That's 25 on the ground again. Rolled a natural 18.
It's again. Jeez,
And
man. When I said you guys needed a tank, I don't think I'm gonna like this Garrett character.
Wait, this guy's inspired by an actual character. 25 is for the first one and 26 for the second.
Jeez, can you roll under 20, please, once this game?
I
yeah,
rolled 8. Okay, Barbarian's reckless attack.
No, I get it.
For reasons.
And I haven't been attacking you back, which I should be getting advantage on attacks, but I did the spore attack. Yep, go for it.
All right, so for the ground one, that is...
Jeez.
16 again.
All right, man, working them.
And for the air one, oh, that's a little less, which kind of sucks, but it's only 12.
Just chipping away, just bashing these things. Like he literally takes some momentum and does like with almost like you guys can see him just swinging wildly in the time that you guys are getting one shot in. This barbarian is raging, going toe to toe with these things, and I mean to the point where I imagine just they've almost turned their attention completely to Garrick in this moment.
Neither have died.
No, they're both up.
Golly.
Hey, I did my Hail Mary, all right? Y'all finish this
you
off.
You are here.
Right. Nihilus flies his full 60 feet closer, so he should be within 100 feet of. He should be just within 100 feet of.
Let me go. I'm gonna look on roll 20 because where you said you were, you're like right here. So yeah, so he flies 100 feet.
I fly 60 feet forward.
60 feet. All right.
That should put me right at like 100 feet of the flying one.
Because each one of these squares is 10 feet.
Well, I counted them as 5, so I don't know how far away.
Oh, that's the problem. It was they're 10.
Yeah. Well, I tried to go 100. I tried to go 100 feet away.
So then you would have probably just been like, yeah. What's weird is roll 20 says it's 100 because probably the way, but because it's counting them as 5 feet.
Yeah.
And but the board says they're 10 feet, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Either
So
way,
I know where you
50
foot.
yeah.
One, yeah, and then 100 back. So
You're like
I was here, and now I'm trying to come.
So
to
I'm
like,
just gonna. I mean, for the sake of the game, I'm just gonna put you right on the edge of the board.
You're
yeah,
in the
put me
map.
somewhere we can be seen. Yeah. All right.
Where's your character? How did I do with him?
Finish him.
Yeah, just go ahead and make your attack. I'll find your.
So that's a 24.
That's gonna hit. Which one are you shooting at?
The one I have a hex on, so the winged one.
Yep. Actually.
And that would be. Oh, yeah, why can't I do math? 11 damage. Still up.
11 damage on the one, and this is a Eldritch Blast on the.
This is Eldritch Blast. Yeah.
11.
The winged one. Yep.
You hit the wing that wasn't broken. So that one shatters. Now it's just literally like the skeletal aspect of the wing, but it is still flying, and it is clutching its axe and raising it up as it's taking the shot. Boom, boom, boom. It's about to swing down on.
Nat 20 and 19 points.
Okay.
Wait. Sorry. 19 plus 3, so.
Where you get that plus 3
points.
from?
The hex.
Oh, the hex. Okay,
The hex is still there. So don't come at me crazy like that. What happened? I'm not cheating you, sir. It's a nat 20.
19, 20. You like 9. Oh, well, 3 more.
I forgot he had hex on him, so I got excited by the nat 20. I only rolled my 2d10.
What does it look like as you kill that one? Is it raising?
I'm gonna try to blast off both of his hands with the next one and have the weapon fall straight through him.
So sure enough, the both of the arms blast and they break away at the elbow, and as it's up like this, it kind of cleaves and comes down through his chest as the rest of it starts to break away and burst into like this bluish white liquid that starts to come down, and before it even hits the ground, he starts to smash against the ground and just turn into like ice shards everywhere and dies.
It's not gonna matter, but I move my hex to the other guy.
Crius just yells out, "It's sharding!"
All right, Nihilus has just destroyed one of them, turning the tides of the battle. That creature's down. Ellen, it's your turn.
You got this, guys.
Yeah.
Kill it.
I mean, it's a little anticlimactic. I'm seeing the tide of this battle turning. I'm going to fly a little bit away, so I am out of reach of anything on the ground.
Okay.
I would say probably up rather than away.
Okay.
But just so I'm visibly out of whatever reach it had with that area of effect thing. Well, I don't know. Like, would I have seen something pulse out when it does the poison effect?
Yeah, it just like white mist. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I would fly visibly out of range of that, and just hit it with a ray of frost.
Ray of Frost. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck it up.
Which is going to be 24 to hit.
It hits.
And that is 11 damage of cold.
So the as the cold hits it, it stands all the way up, like it's feeding off of your cold. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you
Of
for
course,
giving
Alex.
it. Thank you for giving it 11 points of cold.
Classic Ellen.
Oh, yeah. Just like the shambling mound
Yep.
you send after us.
And then kind of jerks, and then you see some of the armor kind of healing. It's still low. It's still on its death's door, but it has a fighting chance now to get another shot in.
Trying to make it interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I get it. Entertainment.
It's
Let's
great.
see what Crius and Garrick are made of.
It turns and
Real?
You're welcome.
it swings all the way across, hitting
You know what?
these two.
Ellen, keep doing it. Go ahead. Keep healing. I'll take it down.
Oh man.
Good radiant spell. Let's see here. I got if I roll high enough.
19 on 19 on the first attack and 13 on the second one. I know the 13. Does a 19 hit Garrick?
Yes, it does. But
Okay.
did you do it with advantage?
I did not. So let me roll to see if it gets the second one. So the 19 stands.
Yep. But on the second one too.
The second one, yeah.
On both attacks.
Yep. So the second one would have just been. I rolled a 7. I think I said 15. So it wouldn't have been any higher than that. It was 14.
Okay. Yeah,
doesn't
no,
hit you.
the 19 hits
yeah.
though.
I think the 14 hit. Did it hit Crius though? Both of them hit Crius.
They
I
both,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. So the 13, no.
The 13 did not hit. So okay. So
13
then
did not, but that first 19 did.
okay.
Yeah.
So then the damage on. So then it's really only one that I'm rolling for you both. 15 damage to both of you. 15 slashing.
Aegis? No.
And Crius goes down.
Oh no.
So I imagine the way it swings across, it goes. It looks at Garrick and spins the sword and the sword goes through Crius's shoulder. Cold and all that cold runs through you and as it rushes out, he swings it, so he pulls it through, so it tears out of your shoulder and goes around. So it's leaving this whole action open, and then goes around and cuts and slams against Garrick's blade, delivering that force into him.
I'm going to use my reaction for Stone's Endurance to lower that even more.
Okay. And
I
then,
roll a d12 plus my con.
all right.
So I end up only taking 1 damage.
Wow. Nice. So yeah, so literally you block the axe and it's just it's literally Garrick and this thing with this this big behemoth giant and this just locked blades. And then Garrick kind of looks over and Ida's there and Garrick's kind of looking like, Ida, do something. Ida, it's your turn.
This level 3 guiding bolt on this thing.
Nice. That's a dexterity save or a con save or wisdom?
This
Attack roll.
I hit.
Oh, it's attack roll.
Come on, hit. Yes, 18. This thing's going down. 28. 28 radiant.
Well, you're dead.
Die.
28 radiant?
Yeah, this thing's dead.
You're in a whole round and you're almost out of
blasts
spells.
into
Why'd
it, and it starts to, and then collapses down on its knee. puts its sword in the ground like that, and continues to move.
And it didn't even go down.
And it's like pieces are falling off of it. Liquid is running all, but it's still moving. Edith's surprise is like,
Would it went down without Ellen's 11?
Yes. It would have been dead without Ellen's 11.
Go, Ellen. Go, Ellen.
It would have been dead a minute ago. It's literally holding on at this point. It's holding on with a few hit points.
Who's next up?
It's I think it's Crius. Oh, Crius is down. So Crius death save.
Motherfucker! I wasted my final level 3.
Yeah, you did. Not 20 this Crius. Finish it yourself.
Unfortunately, he's down.
Well, if he nat 20s, he'll be up.
16.
All right, so you got one save there as you're fighting through, and you're like. So I sometimes like to imagine death saves is that you're not always just like you don't just get knocked out every battle, right? So you're like
He's
down
like
on
looking
the
at like
ground.
he's like
Yeah.
knees down on the ground. He's looking up and he's just like,
Yeah.
kill the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Like blood is running out through his mouth, through his nostrils, and it's just like kind of like spurting up onto his neck.
You, man.
All right, so Garrick's gonna walk up, grab this thing to spin it around to him, lean
Sure.
back, throw his head into it.
All right. But go ahead and give me an unarmed attack.
I rolled another 18, so that's
All right.
25.
All right. Damage. And then
That's 7 flat.
how do you want to finish
I
it? Is it
want
just a
head-to-head contact, and it stays there for a minute, and it starts to just like break apart, crumble.
Like break away. Yeah. And then like the sword falls out of his hand, clink, 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 clanks on the ground, and the whole thing kind of breaks away. And that white smoke goes up. Everybody kind of closes their mouths, hoping it's not poisoned, and dissipates. All is clear.
Alice flies over at Ellen and says, the big one's kind of crazy. The little elf, he'll do. Good meat shield.
Seems useful.
Whoever wants
We'll
to
take
pick
it.
up that sword as a trophy.
Now, did their weapons crumble and break with them?
No, they are there, but they are very large. I mean, I think
So large
Oh,
a
you
Goliath can't use them?
Well, hold
they're
on.
actually larger than what Goliath could probably use them. He would probably use them at disadvantage, but he could use them.
Well, you said the sword I thought broke a little bit.
The tip broke off the sword. The axe is still there as well. So the axe so by the way, they're literally like it's like you literally would be berserk. Even with the
Yeah.
sword broken, you'd wear that thing on your
Okay,
back.
so I'm just gut.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be guts if you're welcome to take it.
Yeah, so you're saying that's a no, Malcolm? Because you're saying to me that sounds like go for it.
Like,
You're
it's
telling me-
go for it. So what I'll do is I'll probably end up giving you the damage of the sword, but it'd be until he like attunes or gets good with it. It would probably be disadvantage when he attacks with it, but it would do more damage. So what's your current battle axe do? Is it D12?
No, I have. So what I'm looking for is, would I still get the range ability on it, or was that like the creature thing?
You would
or
get
like,
you get the reach
would
on
it
it.
have reach?
You have reach.
Because I have a glaive. I don't have a battle axe. I have a glaive for reach.
You have a glaive, and your glaive gives you a +5.
Right now it's 1d10 plus 4.
I mean, but okay, 1d10 +4 to the.
But it's a 10-foot reach with the
Yeah, it's a
glaive.
10-foot
It's
reach.
a 10-foot reach. I'll give you the same reach, because I imagine this thing is bigger than that. So we'll give you the same 10-foot reach, disadvantage to attack. But let me confirm if I'll give you the 2d10 damage, or maybe make it like I think a great sword does 2d6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great sword for you, because I would imagine that it's partially the strength of the creature that was wielding it, so you would get 2d6 if you want to keep that weapon.
With reach though.
With what?
With
With
reach.
reach though.
With reach though. With a
2d6 with reach. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna put that on my back.
Yeah.
Give him
so
the
I
2d10,
imagine like
make it
every
bludgeoning
fight,
damage.
every fight you have to use it, and if you use it in a certain number of fights, like I'll actually just roll for it and I'll make a. Then by a certain number of fights, then you'll attune.
Question: can I somehow
break it and then reform it with mending into something smaller?
Possibly. I don't think it would have the same properties. I think it gives the damage because of how big it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's also unwieldy because it's so big.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, can I somehow keep the properties, but I've got mending, so can I somehow reform this sword into something smaller?
Well, let me ask you something, Malcolm. Which one is better, the sword or the axe?
I'm gonna treat them as the same weapon. You just
Okay,
decide
copy.
which flavor you want. Yeah.
So, I forget what a great sword does. Is it slashing or piercing?
Slashing.
Slashing.
So they're both slashing because
They're both slashing. So I'll just keep them the same.
Yeah, I'll take the sword.
Yeah.
All right, Ida's gonna try something. I'm gonna do this. It's probably not gonna work, but first off, though, I kind of want to see if this is gonna work. I'm gonna roll. What can
Now this is gonna walk away just in case.
So before Nihilus walks away, I will ask him politely, "Hey, can you help out Crius, who is lying on the floor dying
Yeah.
right now?"
Now this will send. Allington will go spare the dying Crius, and then Allington will disappear because he's not staying anywhere near what Ada's doing.
Okay.
And Crius is just like, he's looking at everybody like someone
Seriously?
send something quickly.
I mean, that's all I have. All I have is spare the dying. Ada's the healer.
Yeah.
I'll drag Crius away.
Ida's currently gonna freaking.
That's helpful.
What can I roll to sort of get info on this blade? Because what Ida's gonna try and do is somehow reforge this blade on the fly.
Here's the thing, though. This is almost a thing that I do with like player stuff, because since it is Garrick's weapon, I don't want to overstep the player's boundary. You changing the weapon, maybe he wants it that way,
I mean, you can
or
go
you
ahead.
open to it as long as
Yeah,
you're open
go
to it.
ahead.
So now here's the thing, Ida. You're gonna try to do something.
You're a light cleric, not a forge cleric.
Yeah. So there's a chance this doesn't work, and you destroy his weapon.
No, he's taking the sword, not the axe. I'm doing it.
Oh, you're gonna do it with the other weapon.
Oh, okay.
In that
Got
case,
it.
So Garrick is
Okay.
looking. I mean, Crius
I
is
thought
looking
you were
at
doing it
Garrick
for
and
his
like,
weapon.
move faster.
No, I'm experimenting with the axe.
So
How
what do
long
you?
are you
So what's
walking away with
what's the
Nihilus?
spell that you're trying to use to do this? What are you trying to afford? What are you trying to?
Stop! I want to roll something. So would it be a history or arcana check to sort of check out the properties, sort of see if would it be insight? See
You already know the properties, right? You know that it because based on just fighting, right? You know this thing does at least 2
Heavy.
damage.
It hurts.
Heavy. It hurts. It's not magical. The creatures were magical, but like it's not. So it's not. Doesn't have any of that, right? And so there's nothing more to give you in terms of properties. It's just what are you trying to do with it, I guess.
Ida's gonna try and somehow keep the properties of this blade, but make it much more wieldy. Basically, make it smaller by breaking it, but reforming it so that it has the same properties with mending. Can that work? No.
Okay. She's gonna give me a strength check to break it, and
Oh.
then she's gonna give me Arcana to mend it. I mean, she's gonna do mend, but because mend would already fix it, but you're trying to turn it into something else. So you still got to add an Arcana check, and it's gonna be disadvantage. Arcana's gonna be disadvantage. Strength won't be because you, like you said, you don't forge things. You've never done this before.
No, I'm very curious if this is gonna work. So 16 on strength.
Yep, and I'm gonna tell you this is gonna be medium to difficult. Checked, and I'm writing the checks down so I
Forge
don't.
cleric for the win.
Strength.
All right,
Does that break it?
what'd you get?
16.
16 snaps snaps it in half, so it's not as long.
Okay.
It still feels extremely heavy for Ida, and
Yep.
all her armor, and she does not have the same strength as Garrick.
I know. She's just curious about it.
So we're
And then-
literally like she's just like dragging.
Omega
it.
powers.
Damn it. 11.
That's for your Arcana.
Yeah.
So she starts to heat it up, and it almost starts to melt down into the snow. Like we start to kind of watch it, like almost like a snow angel outline in the snow, and turn into red magma, and then kind of like drip down, and it starts to kind of change. She changes the shape. What shape? Since you're reforging it, what does it come back as? Is it a sword? Is it does it stay an axe? Does it turn into a hammer?
Imagine she's gonna make it a mace.
So she starts making the symbol of the mace. The big up top, and the handle, and then it dries, and it's a little. doesn't look the best. Doesn't look like a dwarf made it, but it's a mace. It's kind of, and the ice, the snow cools it, and she's able to pick it up.
God damn, I was gonna see if I could use enhance ability on myself, but then I realized I can't. I used up all my 3rd and 2nd level slots.
So what does she do with it? Or does she pick it up, or does she test it out? Is she?
Yeah, you're just gonna pick it up, look it over. Can I roll an Arcana check to see if it kept the properties?
You look at it. Give me an Arcana check.
Or Insight? Would it be Arcana or Insight?
Arcana.
All right. Insight, but whatever. Let's see if this works.
Wow.
So you don't really know. You won't know what it does until you use it.
It's a punch in the balls.
I mean, so you could like hit Garrick with it, or you could wait till the next combat, or you can hit it on something.
So both. Is there anything? Is there any trees nearby?
Crius is the easiest thing to hit.
There are some trees. Like if you look on Roll20, like towards there's like some trees.
Crius is unconscious on the floor, right?
Oh, she's not gonna hit Crius.
Yeah, Crius is still like he's spared the dying, but no one
to hit.
My saving throw, so he's
you can hit the snow. Yeah, you can hit anything. But what do you? Yeah.
Before any,
you're stable, Crius. Don't worry about that.
Before anything, Ida's gonna go walk over to him and heal him.
So finally, Ida like gets back over here.
Just sort of get 9 healing.
Crius, you're able to get back up, and you see her like with this trusty new mace in her hand that looks almost like it's kind of like dried, like a black. It doesn't have, it's like a black mold shape. It doesn't look as shiny or anything like that.
I'm gonna try and hit the ground. It's like, all right, Crius, I want you to step back. Let's see how good my forging skills are. And she's gonna hit the ground with it.
So as she steps back,
grab her hand as she swings back.
Yeah, what do you do?
And just go.
All right.
His chest.
He did.
Yeah, he's like, if you're gonna use a weapon, use it.
All right. Ida just looks at him like, you sure about this?
Crius steps 5 feet in.
Wait, what did he do? He just patted her on the back.
He pounded his chest.
He's like,
going, come on.
Got
You're gonna use a weapon, use it properly.
Make an attack, an advantage attack. I mean, actually, actually it's gonna hit. So,
so what should I roll? Just roll a mace attack?
Yeah, because you're not gonna miss. Actually, no. Here's the thing: his armor class turns into 10, and you got advantage.
Oh wait, I have advantage on the roll.
Okay. Yeah,
definitely
just
take advantage.
standing there.
Missed 10 the first time. Oh yeah.
I'll take advantage. Let's see if I get higher. Motherfucker!
So, and with all her might, she slams and you feel it slam against your chest, and as it hits Garrett's chest, it just smatters into 1,000 little iron pieces all over the ground. And Ida's still holding like the broken edge. She's kind of like, huh.
Fuck.
And your newly forged weapon is no more.
Huh.
I'm loving the new Foley work, Mal.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Ida's looking at this and thinking, I'll reforge this into my armor.
It's gone. It's gone, Ida. Stop. It's over.
Can I reforge this again? Probably.
Crius is just cracking up. He's just like,
Garrick
that.
Take the handle and just
good.
like smash it. Like he's gonna make this completely obsolete.
Yeah,
if it doesn't do anything to a bare chest Goliath, not worth having your life on the line.
By the way, Malice is sitting with Ellen and actively casting Tiny Hut. Anyone who's not over here in the next 10 minutes is going to be outside.
All right, Ida's gonna walk over, all dejected. Her little arts and crafts project failing miserably.
So as he's casting Tiny Hut, as you guys look in Roll20, we're going to start to close out the game. So when we look over and we see that there's the tower here, you guys are probably right here in the middle of the road. And then there's this bridge down here leading off into the distance. What do you guys think? Like kind of if we had to fast forward, even if we had to pick up on the next scene where you're in the hut, what would be the next, outside of, I know you guys are planning to rest, but what is the next plan of action for the next session, in the next episode?
We've got to go into that tower, right? We got to see what's in there.
Yeah.
Our goal
Oh.
was to find something, and it has not been found.
In that tower right next to us?
That tower right next to us. I think.
I
We were
mean,
led here.
I don't know what you're doing, but Garrick would just
Is-
walk indoors for shelter.
Don't worry, I got shelter covered. Wait, are you
I'm
are you
fucking 8
technically
feet
large?
tall.
Are you technically a large
Mm.
creature?
I don't.
No, because large creatures are technically like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay, well you still fit. Don't worry about it. I got shelter.
I'm just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, you're.
Well, I mean, if you sit in the
Knees
middle,
in the
it's 10.
chest
In the
and
middle, it's
everything.
10 feet high. In the middle,
Like,
you just stay in the
Alright,
very
guys.
middle.
this is
So you're trying to
uncomfortable.
fit everybody in your little hut, like
It's only 5 of us. It fits 9 creatures.
All right. So, you guys doing the full 8 hours now? So another 8 hours?
No,
I
we
need.
just woke up 5
Yeah,
hours
yeah, yeah.
ago.
Oh, you guys are doing a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, just making
I
sure.
mean, a
Slug.
short rest isn't
We
going to help
can't-
me at all. So,
I'm not asking. If you guys want to leave me for an hour, I will short rest. You guys don't have to stay.
Yeah, because I just know because people used up. I know Ida used up a lot of spell slots.
Yeah.
I use a
Nihilus
lot
is
of
doing.
spell slots too.
Well, I mean, it's been 5 hours. So what do you guys want to do for the next 10 or so before you go to sleep?
I get everything that
What do
I
you mean?
used on a short rest.
They could take another. Well, yeah, they would. You could take another long rest, but you would just,
Right away after waking up after a long rest and walking for 5 hours?
because resting isn't necessarily sleeping again. It's just
Light activity.
It's just camping. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
camping out so you can get your stuff back together. But
So we're gonna camp
you
in
could
the,
have
we're
a
gonna camp in the
random.
middle of
You
the
could have
road
another
for 8
random.
hours.
You could have a random encounter.
Yeah, I mean,
So can I?
Christ,
Yeah,
Christ
so
can
it
use
wouldn't.
that.
You wouldn't just be camping in the cut for 8 hours. Like like I mean, I imagine.
That's what I'm asking.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that's why.
Because here's the thing, you guys still have to forage. Like in real life, you still have to forage, get stuff, like keep your food. But it's in the middle of cold, so
well, we have a bunch of wolf. We can eat that.
you got the
We're
wolf
chilling.
stuff, I guess. Yes, I imagine you guys are good. So
But-
you could I stretch that you get through this without going outside too much.
Curiosity, can I roll a survival check to see if I can?
Yeah, your hut is a bit of a cheat code to survival resting.
Yeah, you didn't want to give me a
No.
horse, but
I'm
apparently
fine,
you
I'm
want to give me a
fine.
tiny hut. Okay,
I'll find a
there's
way
a lot
around
of
it.
there's a lot of ways
Wizards and
around it.
Strahd is hard.
There's a lot of
I
ways
mean,
around it.
I mean, if you are
Maybe
out,
outside of
if you are-
straw just coming in there or something barreling into
Well, a large
But it
creature
would-
burrowing, anything
Yeah.
with dispel magic. It's only
Yeah.
a 3rd level spell.
it would just be forced because I don't imagine everything's walking around dispelling
Yeah.
magic.
And the other thing about it is, it's not like creatures
Dispel
can't just wait.
Yeah, that's true.
They could just be like, "What is this? I don't know what this is," and they're gonna stay out there and just be like, "What's going on?" That doesn't help us any. We're still gonna have to fight it.
It's fine. We'll just tell them we're not there.
So,
Not
question.
tell them go away.
if you all are in a hurry to leave, then we'll be fine. I just don't have. I won't have most of my powerful spells.
Yeah,
But I'm also almost at. Not almost. I'm at full health.
Hey, if we're gonna find a way to
mean-
take a long rest
Ida's at 8.
without sleeping, I'm okay.
You guys are going. So if you don't take the rest right now, you will level up, but you don't like go back to you don't go back to full health, but you will level up. So we'll get whatever new spells and stuff like that you have.
Will Garrick and Crius also?
Because I
level
mean,
up?
actually, no. I think I'm talking about the party will level up that from last game. Because weren't you guys like 300?
Yeah.
I think I did, like,
I think it was just
325 or
Nihilus and Ellen were like 325.
Nihilus and Ada were like 325. Ellen, I think, is under 1,000. Like he's close.
Yeah,
So let me see,
I'm
let
at
me
level
see.
higher than they are.
So looking at
Yeah,
this,
I'm
you
at the
should-
beginning of level 6, so I'm still like a huge way away.
So you would get.
I need 375.
Yeah, it looks like there's 9. You get 920 experience points per player in this game. For this,
920.
for
Okay.
920 per player. So everybody gets that. Yeah.
Do that 920. But
Ada, where's that?
Why
put
would
you-
not level up?
Where's that put you total, Ada?
let me see here. Manage experience. 920. Let's see here. Dude, okay. So I'm currently level 7 with 23,645. To level up, I
Oh,
need
okay.
400.
All right. Yeah, I messed up. I need to add an extra. I took a guess. I had messed up in my XP, so I cheated myself out of 100 XP. Because not Ada and I should be at the same level.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, are we taking a long rest or a short rest?
Looks like we're taking a long rest. It's just not asleep, just light activity.
Yeah.
Do we want? I mean, if Ada is getting her spells back, do we want to take a long rest?
Well, Ada has to have a long rest for her spells.
In order, I'm the only one who gets my spells back on a short rest.
Yeah.
So I was gonna roll some hit die and get my spells back, but if you guys want to take a long rest, then
Yeah, I mean,
we
short.
sit here.
Yeah, short rest. I get all HP back. So because he doesn't sleep. So
Ida needs a lot.
um,
She's low health and exhausted most of her spells.
What you mean your character doesn't sleep, Renee? What you mean
it's
your character doesn't
half-elf, man,
sleep?
They don't have to sleep.
Kalashar don't have to sleep.
Half
Or a
elves
pair.
sleep because
Half elf sleep.
Silas and I are
Half-elves.
both.
Half elves.
No, no.
Yeah, half elves.
Oh no, was Ida saying she didn't have to sleep?
No, you should be saying Ida had to sleep because
Had
if
to
not,
sleep.
then
Yeah.
So,
A cleric, you gotta get those Z's.
yeah, Ida needs a long rest.
Okay.
Then we long rest. But I mean, I guess it's whatever. Everybody else can walk in and out. Nihilus is the only one who can't leave.
Can't leave.
okay.
So if we have to forage and stuff, that just means they go forage without me.
Yeah.
So I guess then, if you all have coats, I guess Crius can go and get one of those wolves and strip it down, and then hand it to you and make him one too.
Oh, I am a master designer, man. I got that passion. I got that FITM degree. Let me know anytime.
So then that's what Crius would have done is he would have gone back, carved up a couple wolves. He telling me like he's just like take measurements.
Oh, geez, this is my little stand-in for the hut.
Here we go.
All right.
So everybody prepares for this kind of long rest. When you guys get inside the hut and you kind of like gather around, I don't know if Nihilus makes a little fire in there.
Alice has Allington taking measurements.
Yeah. Garrick's kind of like leaned
I'm
really against the
like,
wall, like
300-pound
looking around.
creature. Just like, where's the fire going? Right in front of my face?
I mean, you can just make it comfortable, right?
Yeah, I don't need to light a fire. It could just
Oh yeah,
be
it just warms up, right?
Yeah.
It gets comfortable.
a little bit more.
And you guys
hidden.
notice that? I mean, describe it to them. It's very it's kind of like flashy and well
well
furnished.
from the inside, you see almost like you're looking through a stained glass with like golden light veins that are just like it just flashes through on the
So
inside.
are we also hearing like the harp like a as we walk in?
Apparently, yes. There is now a very tiny harp creature in the corner. Apparently, Allington knows how to play, so he's in the corner plucking up the harp. But yeah, it's a very fancy royal purple, just half dome. From the inside, it's translucent, but you can see the coloring and you can see the gold striations through it. And other than that, it's just kind of comfortable. Make yourself cozy, lay down. Christ should have seen this last night, but Garrick, this is your first time seeing it. Just
Go around.
try to lie down.
Are there any last words as we go around to the party before we close out? Like anything they want to share or prepare for the next game, share with the party, or be as your role play as your character or not. If not, just kind of give a good pass. I'll start at Ellen.
I mean, I used a lot of spells in a short amount of time. I'm just gonna beat. I think maybe we could save it for another session, but I've been thinking hard about asking Nihilus about what it means to be a warlock, because I got this thing attached to my arm, which Garrick may or may not have noticed that I have a like black spine attached to one of my arms.
He approves.
Mm-hmm.
That is nice. Slightly jealous.
And this thing, when we were fighting my former allies, this thing talked to me.
Yeah.
So at some point, I'm going to be asking Nihilus about what all that means.
I might have to throw the necklace off for a little bit. Malky might be in the corner sulking. But,
I think that's a longer conversation. I don't want to do it for the end.
Yeah, not right now. No.
But for now, I'm just kind of like laying back.
Nice. Nihilus?
Nihilus is probably just looking around, seeing if he sees Malkazid off in the distance, trying to figure out if this is really the right place, because I'm not sensing it. I feel like we're in the middle of nowhere. So he's just hoping Malkazid will give him some sort of sign this might be the right spot.
Nice. And Garrett?
Cramped in this hut with his knees in his chest, hunched over. He's kind of just like slowly nodding back and forth, constantly moving a little bit because he can't stay still.
Yeah.
And in his head, he just sees a silhouette of a black figured woman
Mm-hmm.
and an army of like more silhouetted things behind her. And that's all he has running through his mind right now.
Yeah.
Sun's getting low, big guy.
Crius?
So, what everyone sees is him like chewing on this like leg of wolf as he's eating.
Did
And
you cook
then,
it first?
No, man, it's good.
He's just like ripping like the meat.
It's a little gamey. It's a little gamey.
Yeah, he likes wolf tartare. It's fine. And then he like, with the grease and stuff around his chin, he looks at Nihilus and Ellen and Ada, and he goes, "Tell me of these former companions." And in his mind, he can hear like the last thing that Lady Ilmera was telling him, which is, if you follow the mist, and the mist will take you where you need to go.
Lady Ilmera is an undead.
She's the one in charge of the order that he works for.
Yeah.
But also Lich.
Lich, that's what she is. Ida.
Ida feeling a bit dejected of her experimentation. Sad that she couldn't exactly get the weapon. But now she's definitely taken this as a cue of like, this was fun and all, but I'm starting to get a bit sidetracked here. She's realizing she's starting to get a bit sidetracked here. She's like, no, I tried to have fun. I tried to experiment. I need to get serious here. And she just, drifts off to sleep.
Yeah, and so they're resting. She kind of closes her eyes, and in the darkness, kind of we have a shot of her face. Like she sees maybe just like for a second, just a light in the darkness, whatever that is that's connected to her. And this, what I'm kind of describing here, isn't necessarily literal. I want to say that. Like, I'm going to describe a sequence that is almost more metaphorical, or just kind of that's kind of just like expanding on the characters and what they're connected to. And so for her, what we see is that there seems to be a light hand on her shoulder. Not anything that anybody else can see, but just a hand that has a radiant glow over it. But if we look at it, though, the hand is clawed, doesn't look angelic, but it has radiant light on it. It glows with a radiant glow, but it looks like a haggard hand. And as we kind of pan to Crius, a hand touches his shoulder that is kind of very pale and elegant, long-nailed, and has some couple of like jewels, like opal jewels and rings on the hand. As we pass to Ellen, a hand touches his shoulder, vampiric, elegant, male, dressed well, frilly at the end. As we pass to Garrick, a dark, smoky, withering female hand clutches like a hag at his back. And then as we kind of pass over to Nihilus, an angelic fallen hand grabs and touches his shoulder. And in a weird way, if we could see them all in the hut from above, each one of their patrons, deities, whoever they're connected to, is standing behind them. And we crash to black. Thanks, guys, for playing. Good game today.
Great game.